good to be home. Some feedback.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head.
49-yard line.
They'll tell you what to do in life
over
instead.
the middle, and that pass is intercepted.
Great. You could get.
And off the poke, up the middle, got room inside the 20. Makes
Oh,
a man miss inside the 15 to 10. Trying to go for the pylon. Spin, cuts back. Shakir, snap back, and off to Delacruz. No, never mind. Bomb fakes it, keeps it, and another pass over the middle, and that is intercepted again. That time, the pass was carrying, comes in motion, snap back, and off the poke, up the middle, got room inside the 25, another 20, the 10, the 5, and walking it into the corral, touchdown.
Surround yourself with open minds.
Middle and nowhere going that time. Play the break, shot the gap,
feel alive. Find the passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.
Incomplete.
They'll try to kick
Great
you
job that
down.
time of recovery that time. About a 7 yard
rise up while you
first and 10
drown.
to the 31. Snap back. Ball looking good. He's going to fire it up, and it's caught inside the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Rondale Kearney walks it into the corral. Touchdown, Grapevine, and what a great catch by inside the 15. And now the ball gets punched out in the fumble, and it's going to be picked up and covered by the Mustangs. It's their third turnover of the night. First and 10 to the 5-yard line. By Poland. Snap back the ball. This time he gets the ball to C.J. Holmes. He's got room to run. He's in the open field. Inside the 30,
He's
the
gone.
20, the 10, and he just short. He got tripped up at the last second. That was the, I believe, back toward the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown.
What a throw, what a catch.
A beautiful throw right over the top, and Sammy Kelly goes up, corrals it. Needs to be stopped short, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by a partnership between Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of both Champion Sports Radio and Tradio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This is Grapevine Mustangs Football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Grapevine Mustangs are on Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of the Grapevine Colleyville Mustangs Booster Club is sponsored by 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Relax, Enjoy the Difference, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, and ER of Texas. This broadcast is also sponsored by Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, LivingForZachary.org, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Grapevine Mustangs Football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. On Twitter, you can find us at Champion Sports. On Facebook, at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. On Instagram, at Champion Sports Radio. And online anytime at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Good evening, everyone. and welcome to week 2 of the Grapevine Mustangs 2022 football season, and welcome to the home opener at Mustang Stadium on this week's episode of The Bald and the Beautiful. My name is Jacob Dedamore, along with my broadcast partner Tim Smith, and we are very pleased to bring you this matchup tonight between your Grapevine Mustangs, who come in off of a very big win last week in their season opener, tonight to play the Azle Hornets, who fell last week in their home opener. And Tim, as we get into this matchup tonight, the Mustangs could not have asked for a better home opener than they executed last week against Wakeland High School out of Frisco.
600 yards, over 600 yards of total offense for the Grapevine Mustangs last week. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but let's be sure everybody knows Bald, beautiful.
100%. That's absolutely the case. And, you know, when we talk about that offense last week, you know, the new offense that was inputted by Coach Alexander into this season, starting off 5 for 5 on touchdown drives, ended up scoring 49 points on offense, and really hardly met any resistance from a Wakeland defense that, while new, has still got a lot of talent on it. But they just really executed everything, and they executed everything on every level, from the quarterbacks to the running backs to the offensive line.
Yeah, they were very, very efficient, especially when we talk about the quarterbacks. I think they had maybe 4, 2, 3 incompletions the whole game. Both quarterbacks threw touchdowns. They threw over 100 yards, which was great. And then running the ball, everybody contributed, and they're going to need more of that tonight, especially with how humid it is down on the field.
Yeah, it is big cloudy conditions tonight. The temperatures are low, but the humidity is high, as we've had some rain in the Metroplex this afternoon. But it should be a great night for football. They're going to be playing an Azle Hornets team that's really trying to right the ship. Last week, they got blown out by Frisco Reedy in big-time fashion, and they're also going to be facing an offense, that offensive style, I should say, that they are kind of, as I try to keep that sound coming out, sorry about that, folks. They're going to be facing an offensive style that they are familiar with, because it's a style they played with last year themselves.
Absolutely. You're going to face a spread style, very high-tempo offense tonight. They threw the ball around quite a bit last week, going for almost 300 yards. But when you look at the fact that they did lose, they lost the turnover battle. They won the turnover battle a week ago, getting the ball back 5 times while turning it over 4, and still lost the game, giving up almost 70 points. So you got to think that tonight it's going to be one of those things where the Grapevine defense really wants to get back in coverage and stop that passing game.
And we talk about that Grapevine defense, even though they did give up some points and yards last week, they were very opportunistic, forcing 3 turnovers against the Wolverines from Wakeland. They didn't commit any offensively. They also had a turnover on downs. The defense last week, while they gave up a few big plays, they were very opportunistic.
Yeah, one thing we know about a Mike Alexander coach team, you're not going to turn the ball over. We don't see them turning the ball over, putting the ball on the carpet very often, so that's a good thing for them. As long as they continue to win those turnover battles, they're going to have success throughout the season.
Tonight, it's the Grapevine Mustangs coming in at 1-0 against the Azle Hornets out of 3-5A Division I, coming in at 0-1. When we come back, you'll hear my interview with Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. You are listening to you're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves.
Working on it, and I think when we get into the meat of the season, that's going to be a strong point for us.
Obviously, we've got the Azle Hornets coming up tonight with the home opener. Azle's been a very consistent program over the last number of years. They're going to be coming in. Obviously, they're going to be wanting to make adjustments from week 1 to week 2, just like you guys are. What are you looking for from your squad this week specifically to try and get better and shore things up this week?
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and
Early in the season, Jacob, tackling's always going to be a little bit shaky, and unfortunately for our defense, I've not let them tackle their teammates, our offensive skill players as much in practice as maybe we have in the past. And so I think that the one area that we would say we need to improve on the most going into week 2 is our tackling. We missed more tackles than we normally do from guys that are usually pretty sure tacklers. So I think that we'll get better at that as the year goes. I expect to see better execution and tackling this week. But aside from that, we had a few mental busts that led to the last score was a complete busted coverage in the secondary. And that stuff we need to clean up. But they played extremely hard. That's the number one thing. We don't have guys out there that are being soft and being selfish with their laziness. We had guys that played extremely hard, ran to the ball well, executed the front and coverage that was called for the most part. We're going to get better from there. I believe that.
I actually thought the secondary, despite, a couple of big plays that were given up, I thought the secondary had a solid game. All 3 turnovers were forced by the secondary. The 2 interceptions with guys able to break on balls and jump in front of receivers to make interceptions. Tell me a little bit about how you thought the back end of your unit played.
They played, I think they played well. I'll give our new safeties coach, Alex Urquhart, a lot of credit on that. Alex was on our staff coaching the secondary, coached corners primarily back a couple years ago, and then he left to go be a head coach in Virginia. He moved back this summer. We had an opening. We rehired him and gave him the safety room. And Alex has definitely brought a more aggressive mindset to our guys that I really, really appreciate. He has them playing very confident and with a little bit of swag. And so, when you're playing confident, you have the confidence, the ability to jump in front of routes and steal things and punch balls out. And so it was good to see that, it's a veteran unit back there. We got a lot of guys that have played a bunch of snaps. And then we got, Major Heck, who's kind of new to the group, but Major has a lot of ability, and Major likes to put his body on people. So I'm really excited about our defensive secondary. We got to get some things shored up at one of our corner positions, but we're working on it. And I think when we get into the meat of the season, that's going to be a strong point for us.
Obviously, we've got the Azle Hornets coming up tonight with the home opener. Azle's been a very consistent program over the last number of years. They're going to be coming in. Obviously, they're going to be wanting to make adjustments from week 1 to week 2, just like you guys are. What are you looking for from your squad this week specifically to try and get better and shore things up this week?
One thing we have to learn with this group, what does it look like to play after you've had success, especially offensively. Our offensive guys, they got a lot of pats on the back last week from, everybody from their parents, their classmates, Dave Campbell's. I mean, a lot of people were praising them. What's important is that we put all that stuff aside and we just focus on getting better at the little things that we can control offensively. And defensively, like I already kind of alluded to, I want to tackle well. Azle going to play a lot faster than Wakeland did. They play at a really, really fast clip. They want to snap the ball fast. They want to run the ball downhill at you, spread you out, run the ball inside. Then they want to get the ball out on the perimeter on the fast screens and stuff. We're going to be disciplined on defense. We have a very simple game plan defensively this week because of how fast they play. We're not going to try and do a ton of stuff, we just want to get lined up and win one-on-one matchups, especially up front. They're going to have a huge size advantage on us, up front. So we want to use our quickness and our athleticism to get off blocks, get under blocks, get around blocks, and disrupt some of the run game there.
All right, Coach, we really appreciate you taking the time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll get yourself a win against Azle.
All right, thanks, Jacob.
You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium here in Grapevine. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith as we are back here on the ER of Texas pregame show. And right now, it's time for Tim's Takes with my broadcast partner, Tim Smith. Tim, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, Jacob, you've heard the phrase mid-season form. I'll tell you what, last week I would argue the offense of Grapevine looked to be in mid-season form with over 600 yards of total offense and scoring on their first 5 drives, as you mentioned at the top of the show. Tonight, I'm looking for a good-on-good matchup between the Grapevine offense and the Azle defense. I'd also like to keep my eye on the Mustangs and how they've improved defensively going into this game, as they're about to face a team that's going to try to throw the ball all over the yard on them with a quick tempo. Let's start with the Mustang offense. Azle gave up 532 yards a week ago. 345 of that was on the ground. Now that seems to me that plays into the Mustangs' favor because they ran for 538 yards last week. Now they were led by Parker Polk with 198 yards on the ground. That's right, folks, 198 yards. And let me backtrack a little bit. Last week on the broadcast, I said he had 9 touchdowns. He actually had 19 total touchdowns a year ago. Evan Baum, he contributed 119 yards from the quarterback spot. Victor Dela Cruz put in 89 yards worth of work. C.J. Holmes with 58 yards, and Demontrez Dunn with 41 yards. The Mustangs also threw for 91 yards, and quarterback Baum and Hackenberth both threw for touchdown. Hackberth both threw for touchdown passes last week, which is really interesting because they only threw the ball about 9 times. They were 8 times, and they only threw 2 incompletions. So to me, that screams efficiency. Now, let's talk about the defense really quick. The Mustangs, well, they gave up 429 yards a week ago. 300 of that was through the air, but keep in mind that was on 6 big plays for the most part. They also gave up 1 big run play of 70 yards. Azle had 300 yards of total offense last week, so this seems to be a good matchup again for the Mustangs, as even though Azle did have over 200 yards through the air. The last thing I'm going to talk about is turnovers, and this to me will be the story and hopefully the difference in this game. Azle had 4 turnovers a week ago, but they took the ball away 5 times. That being said, that's only a +1 differential. The Mustangs, on the other hand, took the ball away 3 times and turned it over 0 times, giving them a +3 differential. And to me, as we know, Coach Alexander, coach teams don't turn the ball over, so I look for turnovers to be a big part of the story tonight, especially with a chance of rain in the forecast, Jacob.
Definitely, and there is about a 40 to 50% chance of rain throughout the evening. It's been kind of spotty throughout the day. We'll see what it brings us tonight. Hopefully it's no lightning, because if we have lightning, that means delays here at Mustang Panther Stadium tonight. You're right about, an opportunistic defense, and they are going to face a challenge, especially through the air. This Azle offense, they are going to run a lot of up-tempo and up-tempo spread. 4 wide, you're going to see 10 personnel pretty much the whole game. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Last week, they threw for 227 yards from starting quarterback Jay Jones. Now, most of that was to their slot receiver, number 16, Tyler Akers. He's short, but he's quick, and he gets open in space, and he made a lot of their big plays. But when they get down into the scoring position, down in the red zone area, they're going to be looking for number 80, Slate Skipper, who's a 6'3" wide receiver. He had 3 of the 4 receiving touchdowns last week. And I think unfortunately this week, we'll talk about this in the defensive starters, Redmond Webb is out at cornerback this week. He has an injury. And so they moved Ezekiel Brown, number 12, the senior, from the wide receiver spot over to the cornerback spot to try and get a little bit going on that. So they're going to be trying to match up this evening as well, playing a lot of dime personnel. All right, that's going to wrap it up here for the Tim's Take segment. When we come back, we're going to get you ready for the start of the home opener between the Grapevine Mustangs and the Azle Hornets. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
Clocks and whistles ready at the door. question about it, 'cause it's football, you know. Bam and the back, Coach A's air attack. There's bells and a bounce down, big D stacks on money down. Wrestlers and cheerleaders and feelies.
This is Mustang football.
Sunset in Texas, this is Mustang football. Sun's down in Texas, living it up in the fall.
This is Mustang football.
The lights are heating up now, this is Mustang football.
Mustang Nation, let's ride! This is Mustang football. This is Mustang football.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium as the Mustangs are coming out onto the field. Just finished the Mustang walk through the home side of the stadium and now heading down to the inflatable Mustang to enter the field. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith on the ER of Texas pregame show. And Tim, we've talked about kind of the matchup this week. What I'm curious to see this week is, especially on the defensive side, is what adjustments they make. We talked about, the spread offense for Azle. We're going to see a lot of dime personnel package tonight is what Coach Alexander was mentioning to me. That means that we're going to see a decent amount of Drew Nelson moving down from his bandit position to kind of a hybrid linebacker spot. And the backup at Rober, number 37, Maddox Stanley, the junior, he's going to get a decent amount of playing time as an extra safety as they do a lot of 6 DBs with this spread offense tonight. Yeah,
and if they're going to go with 6 DBs, the best way to help those corners and safeties cover the field is by a good pass rush. And so let's watch Dalton Knapp, Leighton Towery, Ben Williams, and Tristan Sneed as they go up against the offensive line tonight that did a good job a week ago, but I think these guys are going to come out hungry for some quarterback sacks tonight.
Azle had trouble running the ball last week. They really struggled against that Frisco Reedy defense. Between Jay Jones, their starting quarterback, and their starting tailback, Vance Guthrie, the two of them only combined for 58 yards rushing on a total of 28 carries. I'm sure a few of those from Guthrie were probably sacks mixed in there. So they really had trouble running the ball. But the thing that's going to be incumbent tonight for Grapevine, I think, is going to be trying to get into that backfield and get pressure on the quarterback quickly.
That's how you stop a good pass game, and I'll tell you what, it's the opposite for Grapevine. They did not give up a lot of rushing yards last week, just over 100. 70 of that was on one play. So look for Azle to have a hard time running the ball tonight.
And they're doing the coin toss at midfield as the Mustangs come running onto the field tonight. Number 4, Parker Polk. Number 11, Latham Way. Number 27, Drew Nelson. Number 73, Cy Owen are your captains tonight for the Mustangs. And it looks like they're asking Azle what area they want to defend. And so it looks like the Mustangs are going, let's see, waiting for the official signal. The Mustangs are going to get the ball to start, so the Mustangs will be starting on offense. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem and the opening kickoff for you. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections.
Excellent job by the ladies of the Grapevine High School choir as we come back here getting ready for the opening kickoff. The Grapevine Mustangs will be starting on offense, which means the starting lineup is going to look like this. Starting across the front for the Grapevine Mustangs offensively, senior number 71 Travis Mason will be at left tackle. At left guard, the senior number 52 Alex Holgan. At center, number 73, senior Cy Owen. At right guard, the freshman, number 55, Hunter Caudill. And at right tackle, the senior, number 74, Max Livingston. Your three wideouts are going to be junior number 17, Sammy Kelly at the X. At the Z position, senior number 7, Caden Cook. At your slot position, number 21, Rondell Carradine. Your two at the Y position, your tight end spot, number 18, Hank Miller, the senior. And your two starting running, they're going to be mixing in running backs, but it will be senior number 4, Parker Polk, along with senior number 3, C.J. Holmes. You'll see a lot of Victor Delacruz, the senior number 5. And, of course, starting at quarterback tonight, our key player of the week, our focus player, is the senior quarterback, number 9, Evan Baum. Evan last week only had to throw the ball 6 times as Grapevine had the luxury of throwing it when they wanted to. He went 4 of 6 for 51 yards and a touchdown, but he really did a good job in that option, knowing when to pitch it, when to keep it. Had 10 carries for 119 yards and 2 scores in his first start.
Hey, for a kid that just learned in the spring that he was going to be starting in the first game of the season, I think he did a tremendous job. He made all the right reads. He threw the ball extremely well and efficiently. You couldn't ask for anything more for him.
There you see the studs up front that we mentioned earlier. That'll be blocking tonight for this Grapevine offense. Back to receive the opening kickoff is number 3, the senior C.J. Holmes, and senior number 4, Parker Polk. As lining things up, the kicker, number 24, junior Braden Forsyth for the Azle Hornets. We'll give you the Azle Hornets defense starting up here in just a moment as we're about ready to get underway in this home opener from Mustang Panther Stadium in week 2 of the 2022 high school football season.
Last week we saw Parker and CJ run about 3 or 4 of those reverses, right? Let's see if they start off with that tonight.
And we are underway. It's a line drive kick. Running up, making the catch at the 15 is Holmes. He's got some room out to the 30, making guys miss to the 35. Now he accelerates over the 40, the 45, and finally brought down. A great return by C.J. Holmes to get things started for the Mustangs. So we gave you the Grapevine starters on offense. Let's give you the Azle starters on defense. They run a 3-4 hybrid scheme up front. Your 3 defensive linemen, number 34, Brennan Vialta, the senior. Nose tackle, number 76, Bryce Trumbridge, the senior. And senior, number 36, Abraham Aguayes at the other defensive end. Your 4 linebackers, number 22 at 1, Garen Graves, a sophomore at 1 outside linebacker. We'll give you the rest here in just a moment as the first snap is about underway. Snap back to Baum. Handoff up the middle to midfield, across, down into Azle territory at the 45 is Parker Polk. A gain of 8 on first down. Your other outside linebacker for Azle, senior number 11, Denham Fields. Your 2 inside linebackers, number 23, junior Jacob Martin, and number 39, senior Drew Doris. He is the son of head coach Devin Doris, who is in his 13th season with Azle. Your 2 outside cornerbacks, number 33, Braden Rager, the junior, and number 1, Josh Montalongo, the junior. Your 2 safeties, number 30, Tyler Ulrich, the junior, and senior safety, number 3, Caleb Vasquez. Up the middle goes Parker Polk for a first down inside the 40, inside the 35, and down to about the 34. Gain of 11 yards, and it moves the chains as Grapevine picking up where they started last week.
Yeah, they sure have started out tremendously. A great kick return with some nifty feet work, and then why not give it to Parker on the first 2 carries, get a first down, and now you're set up.
So 1st and 10 as they are at the Hornets' 34-yard line, coming out in a bit of a diamond formation this time with 3 running backs in back there with Baum. Little hard count, almost gets Azle to jump. Snap back, and Baum keeps it. Now he pitches it to the outside to Polk, trying to get the corner, gets there inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds. At around the 25, they're going to mark him at the 26 for a gain of 8 yards.
Azle defense really did a tremendous job stringing that play out. Parker just made a better play than the defender to get around that corner and get the extra yards.
There's also a good job there by Baum again on the fake on the middle handoff and pulling it out. He did a good job last week really waiting until the last second a few times to pull that ball out, and that opened up holes in the defense.
Absolutely. He's been getting really good at that. We saw it in practice a week ago. We saw it in the game, and here we are seeing it again tonight.
2nd and 8 at the Azle 26 for the Mustangs. Coming out in a 2-wide set this time with Dela Cruz and Polk in the backfield. And now whistle blows as I don't see a flag down. Nope, it is. It's delay of game. So took a little too long to get the snap off that time as they were making the calls at the line of scrimmage. So that'll back up the Mustangs 5 yards back to the Azle 31 and make it 2nd and 7.
Baum looks like he's changing the play real quick, perhaps.
Staying in the same formation. Offset pistol, handoff to Dela Cruz up the middle. Nice job by the Azle defense to close that down. Gain of maybe a yard for Dela Cruz that time as he was trying to go over the left side behind Alex Holgan and Travis Mason.
Yeah, just not a whole lot there. You want to give it to your big, heavy back running through the middle. We say he's heavy, about 170 pounds, but he runs like a truck, and he's going to really put a pounding on that defensive line.
And now it looks as though a timeout has been called. Immediately after that play, did not see who called the timeout. Grapevine apparently called the timeout. There's something, I think there might have been, they called that timeout immediately after the play, so you wonder if there was some miscommunication as what they were trying to do offensively. And so
it could be.
Baum
talking to his center right before the snap. So the first play that didn't really go anywhere, so there could have been something misaligned. Coach Alexander wants to get it right early right now.
Thank you to Ryan Amerson and Energy Attic. Contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic improves your home climate control, reducing those cold and hot pockets, making it more comfortable throughout, and saving you up to 40% on your energy bill. Schedule your free Energy Attic audit online at energyattic.com. Energy Attic, attic solutions to transform your life. Teams coming back out on the field now after the timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 6 here for the Mustangs at the Azle 30 on the opening drive of the game. 10:23 to go here in the first quarter.
Something really has Coach Alexander perturbed. I'll tell you, he's down here at about the 32 right in front of us, and he's just talking away on that headset to somebody, waving his arms. Something had him very unhappy.
Well, let's see if they got it fixed during that timeout. Again, you don't usually see coaches in football call a timeout immediately after a play, but you had the delay, and then I guess whatever they ran on that last play, there may have been some miscommunication. So I think they wanted to get some things straightened out from a communication standpoint.
Absolutely. Better to get it fixed now than go back a week from now and try to figure it out. Oh.
And now we're going to have movement up front, so that'll back it up 5 yards and make it a 3rd and long situation. This is the kind of situation the Mustangs did not find themselves in last week at all. Penalties on 2 of the last 3 plays now. They really didn't find themselves in any long yardage situations really at any point last week.
No, not too often. I think they were only in 4th down a few times. They went for it once or twice, but they didn't have anything close to as long as this on their 3rd down. So it's going to be interesting to see what Evan Baum dials up here on this one.
They're going to go with a 4-wide spread formation here on this 3rd and 12. Baum back to pass. He's going to fire one over the middle, and it's caught by Carradine inside the 20, down to the 15. Carradine checked in on that play for Dela Cruz after the penalty that made it 3rd and long. They spread him out. That's one thing another thing Coach told me in our talk this week was he wanted to get Rondell Carradine and C.J. Holmes more involved in the offense because those guys are explosive.
They are playmakers, no doubt about it. And what a great job by Baum to stand in that pocket, first throw of the night, and throws a dart across the middle for the 1st down.
20 yards on the pass to Carradine, 1st and 10 at the 15 of Azle. Snap back, handoff to Polk up the middle, dancing through inside the 10, dragging tacklers down to about the 7-yard line. A nice strong run. Good blocking up front. There wasn't a huge hole, but Parker Polk doesn't need much of one. He got through it for a gain of 8 yards to set up we'll say 7.5. Just going to be a short 3 yards here on 2nd down.
Yeah, he sort of picked his way through, and then once they got their hands on him, they still couldn't take him down. He wasn't going to be denied on that one.
Second and a short 3 now, just inside the 8-yard line. Snap is back. Hand off to Holmes. He tries to get up the middle, and that thing is just closed off immediately. Great job that time by number 22, the outside linebacker, sophomore Garen Graves, as he got to C.J. Holmes quickly and dragged him down right at the line.
Well, Azle came in. You can see that they have planned for this offense. They are stringing it around a little bit. They're having their outside linebackers play more to the outside and read their keys. So far, they're able to control that triple option just a little bit, especially up the middle.
That's going to set up a 3rd and short from the 8-yard line, 3rd and 3. Holmes in the backfield along with Polk. Oh, low snap, and then the whistles came. So I think we may have a delay of game again. Baum checking over the defense, making his calls. Just took too long to get the snap off. Now that may have been fortunate because the snap rolled back to Evan Baum, and that was going to bust up the play anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand what was happening there. It seemed
not
like
really. It just seemed like he was looking over the defense, maybe checking and making his calls by what he saw on defense. But, like I said, that might have been that 5. It's going to cost him 5 yards, but that might have been a good thing for Grapevine because when he snapped it back, that thing from Sion, it rolled back and was going to make the play jacked up anyway. So back it up now to the 13-yard line. That's going to set up a 3rd and 8. Carradine checks back in as they're going to go with a 3-wide set here out of the pistol.
Kind of an old school offense for them right
Baum
here.
gets the snap, goes immediately to the back corner, and that pass is incomplete. Going for Caden Cook in the corner of the end zone, and that one looked like it may have just gone right through Caden Cook's hands.
I hate to say it, but Evan Baum dropped that right in the bucket. He gets 2 points for effort on that one. We got to catch those balls, and that's what they're going to talk on the sideline for sure, and they'll clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, that was exactly where you want the throw to be. Cook got by his man into the ball, and I don't know if maybe the defender had a hand up so he couldn't quite see it. It just looked like it went right through his arms.
Sure did. It's a humid night. The ball could be really wet and slippery.
That's going to set up a 30-yard field goal for Hayden Rhodes, the kicker. Snap is back. The kick is up. Plenty of distance. And the kick is good. So the first field goal attempt of the season is successful as Grapevine gets on the board on their opening possession. 8:06 to go in the first quarter. The Mustangs take the lead over Azle 3-0. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium where the Mustangs take the first drive down the field and get on the board with a 30-yard field goal from Hayden Rhodes, his first attempt and make of the season. And they're going to line it up to kick things off. Back to receive is number 3, Caleb Vasquez, and number 16, Tyler Akers. Rhodes gets a high kick. Going to be caught about going to bounce and then be picked up because it went straight up in the air. Inside the 5, and he's going to get brought down and around the 5-yard line. Akers gets wrapped up that time, as coming in to make the tackle was number 13, Darion Burns, as a bit of a mental error right there from Tyler Akers, the senior. He was going to let that go over his head. It hit at the 3 and bounced straight up in the air Luckily, he had the presence of mind to grab it before Grapevine got to him.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was just lost and didn't quite know where he was on the field, perhaps. Maybe he thought he was a little bit closer to the end zone than he was.
He was standing on the 5-yard line. He was letting it go over his head, and he just assumed it was going to go in the end zone.
He got away with that one.
Well, but he's got his own team now pinned back at the 5-yard line, 1st and 10. We'll give you starting lineups here in just a moment. Snap is back. And it's going to be a quarterback keep up the middle. Not much there. A yard, maybe 2 for the starting quarterback, Jay Jones, as he faked the zone read handoff and followed his tailback, number 6, Vance Guthrie, into the hole. Your starters on defense. The tackle was made by Latham Way there. Your starters up front. You're at Sam, your number 41, Dalton Knapp, the sophomore. At end, number 19, Leighton Towery. Number 96, Ben Williams, and we'll get the rest here in just a moment. Little bubble screen to the outside. Grapevine's all over it as Drew Nelson wraps him up and makes the tackle. A gain, no gain, right at the line of scrimmage. Tried a little wide receiver screen on the far side of the field. And not only did C.J. Holmes push through the block, but Drew Nelson was right behind him to make the tackle.
Yeah, Grapevine is really good at defending those screen-type passes. They're very good at pursuing to the football, and it's hard to beat a team that pursues well on screens.
This time, Azle lines up a trips lot, trying to spread things out. Handoff coming around the right side. Not much room. He is going to get a few yards out to about the 11, I should say. It's going to be a gain of 4, but it is going to force a punt as Guthrie got around there, the right side, got the tackle. Latham Way once again on the tackle. As we talked about it, we're going to see a lot of dime personnel tonight. That time, they put a trips formation on the near side and really tried to spread it wide to open up some running space, but not enough.
Yeah, and we talked about it at the top too, right? They're not a run-heavy team. They're not. They didn't have a lot of yards on the ground last week. Meanwhile, Grapevine's a pretty good run defensive team, and they showed it right there. They shut that down.
We'll give you the rest of the Grapevine defensive starters in a moment. The punt is blocked. It is going to rolling into the end zone. Is it going to get covered? It is for a touchdown. The Mustangs bring one into the corral as the touchdown is recovered by number 44, Gray Whitsett, the junior linebacker. We'll see if you see on the replay who got the block. It was Whitsett who got the recovery for the score, and the Mustangs special teams come up with a play this week.
And that's great to see because we talk about improvement from week to week. Well, special teams was an area last week that they didn't do great at per se as far as returns and kickoffs and things like that, but to come in, block a punt like that, score a touchdown, change the momentum of this game, that's a great job.
Lining up for the extra point is Hayden Rhodes. Snap is back, and the kick is good. It was offside. They're actually going to blow this dead, I think. You had one of the linemen for Azle just busted through. I believe that was the nose tackle, number 76, Bryce Trumbridge. He made contact and busted through the line, and so the kick was good anyway, but they were blowing it dead.
An egregious offsides there.
We'll see if we can figure out who blocked that punt. But it was right up the middle. Somebody got loose right up the gut on the punt team. On the punt return team, and got in there and blocked that punt clean. And
we could hear it all the way up here,
Yeah.
just so everybody knows. We are 4 floors up in the stadium, and we could hear that punt get blocked.
Whitsett right on there. He was the one that got to it first. There was about 4 Mustangs around that ball trying to cover it up before it rolled out of the side of the end zone. And Coach Alexander is talking to the officials now, and I think they may pull the offense off, or pull the kick team off and go for 2 here. Let's see.
Or did they give him the point? Maybe they said the point.
Oh, yeah, I think
the kick went through. They gave it to him.
I thought they blew it dead, though, for contact on encroachment.
I thought so, too, but they
Apparently
decided the kick was good.
I guess what the officials are saying is they did not blow it dead for encroachment. So, yeah, Coach Alexander is just going to take the extra point, and it's 10-0 Grapevine with 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. The rest of the Grapevine defensive starters, since we have a moment, and Azle runs tempo. We didn't get a chance to give you those. Up front as well, we mentioned Dalton Knapp, Leighton Towery, and Ben Williams. Tristan Sneed, number 35, is your other starter. Tyler Mears, number 33, one of your linebackers. Tonight at cornerback, number 12, Ezekiel Brown is in for Richmond Webb, who is injured this week. Number 3, C.J. Holmes at the other corner. The bandit position, Drew Nelson, number 27, the rover, number 6, Major Hecht, and number 25, Hunter Lasher at the freak position. We talked about in pregame. Another thing you're going to see tonight is a lot of dime position. Major Hecht was fantastic last week. In his first week of starting at that position as rover. We're going to see a lot of Maddox Stanley tonight in dime coverage and having Drew Nelson up as kind of a hybrid linebacker tonight.
And Drew's already made an impact stopping that early screen play.
Another high, deep kick. This one fielded at the goal line by Azle. Up to the 10, the 15, and then wrapped up right around the 20-yard line. I believe that was number 16, the wide receiver. Yep, it was number 16. Tyler Akers, the senior wide receiver that time, made sure that he was going to either return that or it went to the end zone that time.
And now Azle's got a little bit more room. They're out at the 20, so I bet we're going to see a little bit more of their spread stuff.
Last week, Major Heck had a pick on the interception on the opening drive. He also had a fumble recovery. He does a great job tackling in space and was really just kind of everywhere last week from that rover position.
Hawk to the ball, they call him.
Azle comes out in a traditional 4-wide, handoff, trying to get around the right side, and just not much room there as Drew Nelson comes up and makes the tackle, number 27, wrapping up Vance Guthrie before he can find anything.
They probably should have listened to our broadcast and not tried to run the ball here early on, Jacob. I'm not sure about this strategy so far.
Snap back, quarterback keep this time out of the zone read, as going up the middle is number 5, Jay Jones, the quarterback. Gets a little bit of yardage that time out to the 24. Gain of about 3, going to set up a 3rd and 7, and Azle going with that tempo, lining up quickly, staying in that traditional 4-wide set.
Grapevine having no problem controlling the line of scrimmage. That's making all the difference early on.
3rd and 7 now for the Hornets. Snap is back. Little quick pump fake. Looking downfield is Jones. Now he's rolling to his right, trying to get to the first down, and he's not going to get there. He got knocked off his feet on the sideline, and I believe that was Latham Way who blasted him as he was trying to stretch and get to the sideline. It was Latham making the hit as Jones tried to do a pump fake to see if he could draw the defense up and throw over the top. It wasn't there, so he scrambled to his right and got about 2 yards short of the first down before Way blasted him.
I'll tell you, Latham Way is sideline to sideline. He's such an exciting player to watch. He is just outstanding. We saw it a year ago. We're seeing it now. He's gotten better. He's gotten bigger, stronger, faster, and he laid quite a hit at the end of that play.
4th down, and Azle coming out like they're going to go for it, and they have a flag down, multiple flags down. It's a first down for the running back up across midfield, number 6, Guthrie. They came out in kind of a huddle formation. No punter, lined up in a big power formation, decided to go for it, but all kinds of flags come down on the field there. We'll see what this call is. It was Vance Guthrie taking the direct snap and going over the right end and getting a big carry for a first down. Let's see what the call is. There were 2 flags, one on each side of the field that came down right at the snap.
There was a lot of new people that had come into the game for Azle with that formation. You wonder if perhaps the formation wasn't legal in some way, or did Grapevine jump or move before the snap? Azle looks like they're celebrating.
Yeah.
They know something we don't.
So again, you can't really call it a fake punt. They just came out on 4th and 2, just came out and subbing a lot of guys out and just came out in a real tight power formation, no quarterback, and just snapped the ball directly to the running back, number 6, Vance Guthrie, the junior.
Still trying to get some clarification here. The ref is going back to pick up his flag.
So it's an offside penalty, so somebody lined up in the neutral zone. There was also a substitution foul on Grapevine, so they had, and then a face mask on the end of it.
Oh my goodness!
So that's going
to
so a face mask on the tackle. That's what's going to get tacked on. So it was about a 20-yard run that time. Let's see if I've got my numbers right here. 24 yards on the carry.
So we had
for Guthrie
offsides, illegal substitution, and a face mask, all in one play. Hopefully that's
Check
it
that,
for the season.
26 yards on the carry.
The
snap back, and again, it's a direct snap to Guthrie. Nope, that was Jones in. That was 5, not 6. My fault. And he just straight quarterback draw over the right side of the offensive line down to the 25 for a gain of 6 yards. As Azle's is on the move now. Low snap and a sack.
And that's how the Grapevine defense takes advantage of opportunities. You get a bad snap there, and they are in the pounce on that. That was number 99.
Devin Thomas.
Yes, sir.
That time shot the gap. It was a low snap at the feet of the quarterback, number 5, Jay Jones, as he was trying to pick it up. Devin Thomas hits him around the legs and drags him down for a loss of 6. Back to the 31, 3rd and 10 now. Snap back. Jones flings it out to the side. Wide receiver screen. Caught and tackle missed. And Akers gets away. He's going to have a first down inside the 20. That is a fantastic effort right there by number 16, Tyler Akers, on the bubble screen. It looked like Grapevine had him wrapped up, but he was able to spin out of a tackle attempt and get all the way down to the 20 for a first, to the 19 actually, for a gain of 12 and a first down. Snap back again, and back in the backfield is going to be Guthrie, and he's going to get dropped as he gets blasted by that was 37, Maddox Stanley. We talked about we were going to see him tonight. Check that. That was Drew Nelson, 27. My bad. Drew Nelson came in and blasted him. I tell you what, Vance Guthrie was putting an effort trying to get out of tackles in the backfield and get back to the line of scrimmage, and he just got absolutely blasted for a loss of 2 by Drew Nelson coming up.
Drew Nelson, he's made two very high impact plays so far in this game, and we're loving it. Devin Thomas making a big impact at that nose tackle position.
This first quarter brought to you by 121 Community Church. 2nd and 12 now. Snap is dropped and just covered by the quarterback, Jay Jones, as the snap didn't look like it was all that off target. He just dropped it as I think he maybe took his eyes off of it, and he loses his team another 4 yards.
Yeah, Grapevine is going to continue to pounce on those types of plays. So far you're going backwards since you got the good first down. Grapevine has one more play here that they need to make a big stand, and I would assume that they'll be going for it on 4th down should they not get this.
3rd and 16 now back at the Grapevine 25. Shotgun snap back and a rollout to the left as Jay Jones looking to throw. He's just trying to get away now, and he's going to get finally dragged out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of about a yard. Is coming up to make the tackles. Number 41, Dalton Knapp, the sophomore. They're going to give him credit to the 24, so it's a gain of a yard. But, man, they got in the backfield so quickly on that play that there was just nowhere for the quarterback, Jay Jones. He didn't even have time to look downfield.
Well, it was a clear broken play in the backfield, right? He looked one way, the running back went the other way. Jones looked up and said, well, what do? I'm just going to run. He got what he could, and here they are going for it on 4th and long.
Yeah, 4th and 15. The kicker, Braden Forsyth, number 24, not sure what kind of range he has, but they're choosing to go for a kick instead of a 41-yard field goal, and we're going to have a free play as somebody jumped off sides for Grapevine. Jones got maybe about 2 yards before he got tackled, but this is going to be 5 yards for Azle, and they'll get to have another shot at it.
Yeah, that's a shame. We don't usually see undisciplined plays like that from the Grapevine defense. So
I think Devin Thomas got a little jumpy that time, trying to
did.
jump the snap count. He jumped into the neutral zone. He'll check out after that play. Leighton Towery checks back in.
Jones seems to be doing a pretty good job with his cadence counts down there. He has Grapevine D-line a little jumpy here early on.
So it's going to be 4th down now and a long 10 just inside the 20-yard line.
A lot of conversation going down there as they switch formations now.
They've got a
trip set.
Yeah, trip set on the short side of the field here. Snap back, Jones looking to pass. He's going to get hit, and the ball's on the ground. It's been picked up to the 41 to 47-yard line as number 41, Dalton Knapp, is the one who picked up the fumble. Coming in to make the hit that time and force it was Tristan Sneed, number 35. He got into the backfield with a quickness and blasted Jay Jones and forced the fumble. It's going to actually go as a turnover. It was going to be a turnover on downs either way, but the Grapevine defense stepping up once again.
Well, Azle thought they were going to be slick. They brought the trips over and tried to go backside right to the running back, but that was covered. There was nowhere else to go with the football. And we talked about it early. The D-line is making a huge impact here early on.
Tell you what, against a tempo spread offense, your D-line's got to get into gaps and get in the backfield quick to disrupt timing. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 47-yard line after the turnover. Snap back, handoff up the middle to Dela Cruz. He's doing what he does, just breaking through tackles. You do not arm tackle Victor Dela Cruz, and he showed why right there with a run of 7 yards on 1st down.
He's so good. He's so saucy. He makes one man miss. He runs over a couple, and he runs right behind Big Max Livingston, number 74.
And we do have an injury on the field as defensive end number 34, Brennan Vialta, is down, and the trainers will attend to him. We'll take a quick break with him as they attend to number 34, Brennan Vialta. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Back live here at Mustang Panther Stadium as number 34 Brennan Vialta walked off under his own power, thankfully. 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs at the Azle 46. Another handoff to Dela Cruz. Nope, never mind. It was kept by Baum. Sorry, they fooled me on that one. Baum pulled it out. Still got the first down. Got a gain of about 3. But I got real excited. I thought Dela Cruz had broke one right there.
He fooled me too. I was jumping up and down. I was pointing at him, and the only people they didn't fool was the Azle defense.
Didn't fool him for a big game, but fooled him for a big enough gain as Baum got the 3 yards needed to move the chains. That sets up 1st and 10 now for the Mustang offense. They're at the Azle 43, 1:50 to go here in the first quarter with the Mustangs leading 10-0. Snap is back. Parker Polk with the ball this time up the middle, finding room inside the 40. They're going to mark him down at the 38-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 for Polk, setting up 2nd and 5.
Watching Parker Polk run reminds me of old school Barry Sanders, new school Christian McCaffrey. Just a little guy, so shifty, hips always moving side to side, and you never know which way he's going to go. Such quick feet.
I really got to start keeping an eye on Evan Baum because Baum is doing a really good job of holding that ball in the gut of his running back until the last second where he decides if he's going to keep it or pull it out. Snap is back. Baum speed option this time. Tosses it out to Polk. Trying to get around the edge and just not much there. Really good job by the Hornets defense to string that one out that time. As forcing Polk out of bounds was number 3, Caleb Vasquez, the senior safety. Gain of about 2 yards on the play, but just a nice job playing that speed option.
Yeah, C.J. Holmes was out there too, making what looked like a really good block, but the defender just was able to scrape off that block and made a better play. Nothing wrong there. Good on good.
That's going to set up a 3rd and short for the Mustangs. They're at the Azle 36 now. 3rd and 3. About 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Offset pistol formation snap. Handoff to Polk up the middle. Got room inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He walks it into the corral for a Grapevine Mustangs touchdown. Parker Polk goes right up the gut, 36 yards to the house.
Too easy. I don't even think he got out of 3rd gear, Jacob. He was just coasting out the way. Great job to the offensive line to open up that hole, and great job to Parker, as usual, to get through there. He didn't even downshift. He just went straight through.
I don't even think he got touched on that run that time. Just like you said, a hole opened up right in the middle, and you don't need much room for Parker Polk. He accelerated, found his way right into the end zone, and the Mustangs have now opened up a 3-score lead. Hayden Rhodes lining up for the extra point here. Snap is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Mustangs now lead 17-0 as, really, honestly, offensively, they're kind of picking up where they started last week. It looked like on that first drive there was some miscommunications of some kind that kind of thwarted some things, but that drive was smooth as silk.
Yeah, you got to wonder. Last week
Kevin
we didn't
Hannigan,
see a lot.
President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, the kickoff is away from Hayden Rhodes. high, deep, fielded at the 3, fair catch made, so the Hornets will get to start in their own 25. As we were saying before we went to break, that first drive for the Mustangs, it seemed like there were some communication issues, especially once they got into Azle territory inside the 20, cost them a couple of penalties and just kind of threw off the timing of the drive. However, that second drive was just smooth as silk.
It sure was, and you got to wonder if there wasn't some nerves coming out in front of the home stadium for the first time in front of the home fans, and you get a little edgy. But you're right. They went back to the sideline. They talked about it. They got it figured out, and that drive was fantastic.
Ends with a 36-yard touchdown run from Parker Polk. The drive went 53 yards after the fumble recovery. Snap back handoff, trying to find room in the backfield, and just nothing. Dalton Knapp coming in to make the tackle for a loss, along with number 25, Hunter Lasher, as they wrap up the halfback, number 32, Hagan Hughes, the sophomore. First time we've seen him tonight. He just tried to go left. There wasn't anything there, so then he tried to go back right, and there wasn't much room there either. And that's going to do it for the first quarter, as they lost 2 yards on that play. So we are through one quarter here at Mustang Panther Stadium. The Mustangs leading the Azle Hornets by a score of 17-0. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium for the start of the second quarter. This second quarter brought to you by Fielder Park Dental. And the Grapevine Mustangs lead the Azle Hornets by a score of 17-0 as the Hornets come out facing a 2nd and 12 at their own 23-yard line. After a great play by Dalton Knapp and Hunter Lasher coming up and stuffing that first run play. Azle's really trying to get their ground game going, but just having no luck here early on.
They sure are, but this defense, they are so fast in pursuit.
Snap back, another handoff up the middle this time. Some actual running room this time. Probably the best run outside of the 4th down play. That's the most running room they've had all night. That's a gain of about 7 yards there by, again, the backup tailback, number 32, Hagan Hughes, the sophomore. Sets up a 3rd and manageable for Azle, 3rd and 5 at their own 30.
Yeah, that's the first time that they've had any space to run whatsoever. A little surprising there.
Trips left, snap back, looking for the running back screen. They do get the pass completed, but just nowhere to go. As a great job again by the Grapevine defense. Hunter Lasher just fighting, just basically holding his man who was trying to block him, and then at the last second just shedding him and making the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Hunter Lasher looking like an old veteran out there as he grabs the receiver, lets him think he's going to block him, and then just lets him go to the side at the last second to make a good play.
Yep, the senior Hunter Lasher was being blocked that time by Tyler Akers. Now, Akers, one thing about him, he can make a lot of plays in space, but he is not big in stature when it comes to being able to try to get physical.
I'd be worried about a little fake and go a little bit later on if I was Hunter.
Low snap, and the punt is away. It's a low line drive. Parker Polk's going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a Azle roll inside the 25, and it'll get down at about the 24-yard line. But a nice job that time by the punter. I believe the punter is Adon Sandoval, the junior, number 28. He's had one block tonight when protection broke down, and that time had to corral a low snap to get that punt off.
Yeah, we've seen a few snaps, and of course that's probably a different kid that's snapping the ball there as far as the long snappers go, but we've seen some bad snaps tonight, both from the offense and now their special teams, so I'm sure they'll get that corrected, but hey, more and more of that goes on, the better for Grapevine.
Now the Mustangs come out for their third offensive possession. They have a field goal and a touchdown in their first two. Split back shotgun set this time on 1st and 10 at the Mustang 24. Showing blitz as Azle snap back, play action, pass over the middle, wide open, and this one is going to be walked into the corral, I hope. Keep it running, keep running. He does take it into the corral for a touchdown. Number 18, the senior tight end, Hank Miller, just came wide open on a seam route right up the middle. Defensive breakdown by Azle in coverage, and thankfully he had enough speed to get that into the end zone before he was run down.
Well, again, Grapevine doesn't throw the ball often, but when they do, it's with precision. What a throw. What a setup by the offense there. Azle worried about the run, didn't see the pass coming.
Caleb Vasquez was on the come trying to really run Hank Miller down, but couldn't get there in time. I started to call that touchdown early, and that's why I got worried for a second.
You did. I did it last week and felt bad about it for CJ.
Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good from Hayden Rhodes. 10:34 to go in the first half. 76 yards on the touchdown pass from Evan Baum to Hank Miller, and the Mustangs are up 24-0. You're listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, a one-play, 76-yard touchdown drive. All of it encompassed on the pass from Evan Baum to Hank Miller for their first connection of the season, and the Mustangs have really opened up a big lead now. They lead 24-0 as Hayden Rhodes prepares to kick it off.
It's been really impressive, hasn't it so far, Jacob, on all three phases for the Grapevine Mustangs so far.
High kick again into the end zone, making the fair catch is Akers about a yard deep, so that'll bring it out to the 25-yard line for the Hornets to start their next possession. As the Mustangs offense is again this week, like last week, rolling when they have to pass. Now they have been forced into a couple of obvious passing situations tonight, and honestly have still fared well. You had the great catch by Carradine. You had the one in the back corner of the end zone that was a good throw. You just couldn't quite corral it. Caden Cook did, but still they've done a good job of passing tonight. They've been efficient and had guys open when they want to throw.
Yeah, they did good when they had to throw, and then they did fantastic when they wanted to throw, and that's all because of that run game and what it's producing for them.
Snap back on first down, coming around the right side, around the 25, the 30, and nice strong run right there by the running back, number 6, Vance Guthrie. Gets about 6 yards. Latham Way wraps him up finally, but tell you what, Guthrie's got some strength. If you're going to try and leg tackle him, you better wrap him up. Little quick snap, little quick throw out to the far side. Catch made by Akers. He's going to get the first down and get wrapped up right where he made the catch. It'll only be a 4-yard gain, but that's all he needed as Hunter Lasher made the grab. That time again, just tempo, little quick little quick out of the slot from Travis Akers, the leading wide receiver for this team.
Certainly Azle a little desperate at this point to get something going.
1st and 10, snap back, handoff up the middle, dodging a man in the backfield, and then finally getting brought down. C.J. Holmes comes in and makes the tackle. Vance Guthrie thought he was going to get away and maybe get some positive yardage, but C.J. Holmes came from his cornerback spot and dragged him down after Guthrie dodged a tackle in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, Devin Thomas is absolutely destroying the middle of that offensive line right now.
Flags down as they throw one deep and too long and too far out of bounds as he was going for his tall target, number 80, Slate Skipper, and it looks like we may get an offside. That may have been a free play for Azle.
Yeah, once again, they're doing a good job with the snap count there. Azle is, and really able to draw Grapevine offsides. I think that's the 3rd time tonight, so you got to settle in there on the D-line and maybe not be so anxious.
Jay Jones, he's a junior, but he's experienced. He was the starter last year, returning as a starter this year under center for Azle. And again, he draws Grapevine offsides, so he gets a free play there. Puts it up to the 37-yard line of the Hornets. It'll be 2nd and 9 now. 9:41 to go here in the first half. Trips right, snap back, and Jones is getting flushed, and he's just going to get rid of it. He just gets rid of it and throws it out of bounds. Got out of the pocket, got it back to the line of scrimmage, so that's legal.
Yep, as long as you get out of the pocket and get the ball to the line of scrimmage, you're good to go.
But again, good pressure. The initial coverage was also there because he looked for something initially. It wasn't there, and then the pressure got to him, flushing him out to the right.
Well, you almost understand Grapevine does that they're in a trip set to the wide side of the field, so that's probably where they're going to try to go with the football, and they're over here with 4 defenders over 3 receivers. That's a mismatch.
3rd and long now, 3rd and 9. Rolling to his left is Jones. He passes it over the middle, and it is knocked away. Great job by C.J. Holmes on the big wide receiver, Slate Skipper. C.J. giving up a lot of size in that matchup, but he just came across the chest of Skipper and knocked that pass down.
If Jones had made that throw, I would start asking you what D1 college he was committed to, because he's rolling to his left, turns back to his right, a la Patrick Mahomes, and tries to get the ball back into sort of the middle at the hash mark. Just not a good idea.
Parker Polk back to receive this punt at the 30. Snap is back. The kick is away. It's a high kick, end over end. Polk makes a fair catch at the 35, and that's where the Mustangs will start their next possession. That is going to be a 27-yard punt that time for the Hornets.
Drew Nelson almost got to that, didn't he? He was inches away, so we may see another block punt before the end of the day.
Thank you to Nick Bass and Greenleaf Roofing for your support. Greenleaf Roofing is DFW's preferred roofing company and the official roofing company of Champion Sports Radio. Family-owned and operated, Greenleaf Roofing is your #1 choice for all your roofing needs. Residential, multifamily, commercial, storm restoration, they do it all, and they have a ton of lifelong customers. Find out why and get a free quote by visiting greenleaf-roofing.com. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 35. Snap back, quick throw out to the far side, diving catch, no, incomplete. Great effort by Caden Cook that time, as Baum had to throw it to the outside because the coverage was on the inside. Cook made a great dive, but just couldn't quite come up with that.
That would have been a heck of a play, throw and catch. A really good effort, like you said. I like the call, trying to catch him off guard once again, and they had it. Just got to be able to come up with that.
2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs, and also a nice changeup on 1st down, going with a play-action pass, too. See if they can catch Azle off guard. This time, split up. Now we're going to have flags back it up 5 yards. As a little snap infraction right there, a little miscommunication on the snap count.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start, it looks like.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Had a little bit of movement up front.
So we just praised them for being so good in that second drive. Of course, the third drive lasted, what was that, 1 full play?
Yeah, but the one thing we are noticing tonight from Grapevine, a few more pre-snap penalties.
Yes.
Had a couple of offsides, guys either getting in the neutral zone or jumping the snap count, a couple of false starts, a couple of delay of games. 2nd and 15 now. Handoff up the middle, driving forward, just not much there that time, as the handoff was to Victor Delacruz. Nope, that was Parker Polk, check that. Gain of only about 3 yards, just kind of burrowed his way forward, did Parker that time. Just didn't find much of a hole.
Not much at all, and it's been a little odd that we haven't seen running room for Parker throughout this first half of the game, but that time Azle doing a good job of covering up the hole.
That sets up a 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. 3rd and 12 at their own 33-yard line. 4 wide set this time. Baum takes a shotgun snap, passes over the middle. Pass is incomplete as looked like Rondell Carradine kind of got caught up in the wash there that time. No flag came out, but I think it was just guys kind of running into each other. Just couldn't really get loose on his route.
Yeah, I mean, he's inside that 5-yard line when he's trying to come across on the drag. The backer does a good job of giving him a little shove. He loses his bounce a little bit.
Before he bumped it before the ball was released, and inside of 5 yards, you can do that.
That's just a good play and good job by the Azle defense and the linebacker on that.
I believe that might have been number 39, Drew Doris, who made that play. Low snap. The punt is away, and here comes a flag. You're going to get a roughing call. The punt was away. Somehow, some way, Hayden Rhodes corralled that snap and got it away without it being tipped. And because of that, you're going to get a personal foul roughing the punter and a fresh set of downs for Grapevine because Rhodes got blasted as that ball got kicked away.
I mean, that was a Lawrence Taylor on a quarterback tackle the way he got slammed, and he got up and started to celebrate because he saw the flag was on the field. I love Rhodes. What a great kicker punter to have that sort of excitement
He's
after
an athlete,
blasted.
folks.
He's an athlete, and he showed it there.
I mean, that was the crazy thing about that play is somehow he was able to get that punt off without it getting touched, which allowed for the flag to come in.
Unbelievable. I'd like to see a close-up replay of how that ball wasn't tipped.
It seemed like he kicked it underneath the arm of the defenders coming in to hit him in the chest, and wow.
What a special ability.
Just a great play by Hunter Rhodes to get that punt off and draw the flag. 1st and 10 for Grapevine now at their own 48-yard line. 8:30 to go in the first half. Split back shotgun set here. Snap is back. It is a handoff over the right side to Dela Cruz. He's got room inside the 40, dragged down about the 35 of Azle. A lot of room open that time over the freshman right guard, number 55, Hunter Caudill, and Dela Cruz shot right through it. Out to let's see where they're going to mark this officially at the 35-yard line. 21 yards on that carry for Dela Cruz.
And Caudill's done a great job so far in the first 2 games as a freshman of coming in and really opening up some holes. And Dela Cruz, he's going to finish every run the way he did there.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Azle 35-yard line after the new life on the roughing the punter. Split back shotgun set. Receiver to each side. Snap is back. Kept by Baum, and he is going to get wrapped up for a loss. This is a great job that time by the Azle defense. 2 different players in on the tackle that time. The sophomore outside linebacker, number 22, Garen Graves, as well as the other outside linebacker, Denham Fields, the senior, number 11. They just did a great job that time reading the play, didn't buy the fake up the middle, played the speed option, and had the pitch man covered, gave Baum nowhere to go.
Yeah, they covered up all 3 options on that one, so great job. You have to imagine as the game goes on, like a week ago, the defense is going to adapt to this look.
Shotgun snap back, play action.
Got him again!
Open over the middle, caught inside the 10, the 5, touchdown as Parker Polk walks it into the corral. They had the 3-back set, the diamond set out of that pistol formation. Little play action, and Parker Polk went right up the middle of the field again. The second time, a coverage bust, not covering that man that releases up the middle, and Evan Baum hit him in stride for a 39-yard touchdown pass.
You know, and the one guy, not to discount anyone from the Grapevine offense, but the one guy that you can't lose track of is Parker Polk, and there he goes down the middle of the field.
And that's who he made the fake to on the handoff, and it allowed Parker to get through the wash.
Great throw, great catch, great run, great play design.
The snap is low but corralled. The kick is up from Rhodes, and the kick is good. 7:24 to go in the first half. The Mustangs have really opened this thing up. It is now 31-0 Grapevine. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduce reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for
The kickoff is away, and it is going to go into the end zone about a yard deep, where the fair catch is made by Tyler Akers. That last touchdown drive for the Mustangs ended up going 65 yards. It was extended by the roughing the punter penalty on 4th down. It ends with a 39-yard touchdown pass from Evan Baum to Parker Polk. Parker's second touchdown of the game, one on the ground and now one through the air.
You know, I wonder if that was a roughing the kicker, or if there's something more egregious we can call it, because I haven't seen too many punters get tackled like that since the Pro Bowl when Sean Taylor knocked out a punter.
Form tackling the kicker, snap back on 1st down, little quick throw out to the far side, and it's off the hands of the receiver Tyler Akers, incomplete. That time trying to step in front was Ezekiel Brown as he tried to cut in front, but it was actually a good throw by the quarterback, number 5, Jay Jones. He threw it up high where it needed to be.
Yeah, Ezekiel made the move, right? He jumped the ball, but the ball was thrown a little bit faster and higher than he thought. Couldn't make the play.
Penalty comes in on a 2nd down running play. It's a nice run out past the 30 to about the 32 by Guthrie, but this one may be coming back. When you see that umpire throw a flag into the middle of the mess, then you usually get a holding, and that is what the call is.
Every single time. And I couldn't tell who was holding, but I could tell that number 35 of Grapevine, and that's going to be Tristan Sneed. He was face first on the ground, and that's right where the flag was thrown.
So back it up 10 yards to the 15-yard line of Azle. We'll do it again on 2nd down, 2nd and 20 now. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. So I guess trips to the near side of the formation as you watch the broadcast. Snap back, little middle screen to Guthrie. Got blockers out in front, but nice job by Grapevine of kind of containing that play and limiting the gain. Only a 6-yard gain. Latham Way fights off his block, wraps up Guthrie. Tell you what, they had a couple of blockers out in front of Guthrie. That could have been big yardage, but Grapevine did a great job of fighting through it and limiting the damage there.
Latham Way saves the big play. We need a T-shirt.
3rd and 14, pass out to the far side over the head of everybody and out of bounds. Again, he was looking for his tall wide receiver, Slate Skipper, the 6'3 senior, number 80. C.J. Holmes was right there on coverage, but that pass just had no chance of being completed as it just sailed over the head of Skipper.
So it's a good idea. We're going to get our tall receiver. We're going to get him to run a comeback at the sticks, and we're going to throw it to him because CJ is just a little guy. But what they didn't account for is CJ with the great positioning, making sure that he's got that receiver pinned to the sideline and just no room to throw the football.
Yeah, but if you're the quarterback, the snap is back on the punt. They nearly get there again.
Every time.
It's an end-over-end punt, fair caught by Polk at the 49-yard line. Only going to be, 30 yards on the punt this time. They're actually going to mark it at midfield, so we'll call it a 29-yard punt. But yeah, C.J. Holmes is giving up, 9 inches of height here. He's listed at 5'6". So if you're going to throw it to Guthrie, you got to give your guy a chance. And that time the throw just didn't give Guthrie even Skipper didn't give him a chance to even try and make a catch. Coming out this time in the power pistol formation with 3 running backs stacked in an I behind Baum in the pistol shotgun. Snap is back, speed option to the right. Pitch is caught by Polk across midfield into Azle territory, wrapped up at about the 45-yard line for a gain of 5. Nice solid gain on 1st down. Tackle made that time by number 36, Abraham Aguayas. So check that. That was number 39, Drew Doris, the senior linebacker.
You know, one thing I like to appreciate from up here as we're watching this triple option offense is how everyone is moving in unison, and all we see is the red jerseys. It's almost as if we're just watching a red flow just go right to left the whole game. It's been fascinating.
Handoff this time up the middle to Delacruz, and just not much room. He's going to get forward progress to about the 43 for a gain of 2, but that hole closed very quickly. Coming up that time to get around the legs of Delacruz's number 11, Denham Fields, the senior linebacker.
Azle's getting a little bit more aggressive. We saw this last week when they played Frisco, that defense got a little bit more aggressive towards halftime and in the second half because of the run, but this is opening up the pass opportunities. Azle getting more and more aggressive, even getting beat twice on play action so far.
So it's going to be 3rd and 3 now for the Mustangs at the Azle 43-yard line. Offset pistol formation, snapback speed option. Baum just gets blasted and dropped for a yard loss. Really, that time they had the pitch man covered. They had everything covered that time and just dropped Baum. He had nowhere to go, dropped him for a yard loss. That time on the tackle, that time I believe was number 15, Matthew Garcia, the senior linebacker. They really came in and knocked him down.
Yeah, it looked like he was thinking about pitching the ball out there to Parker Polk, but again, Garcia, like you said, he shot in like a bullet and made sure he wasn't able to pitch. It's a smart decision to just lay down with that football.
Mustangs are going to at least bring the offense out to possibly go for this. We'll see. Harrison Hackbarth has checked in, so we might be seeing a quick kick here. We'll see. It's 4th and 4 at the Azle 44-yard line. Hackbar is going to throw it, and the pass is knocked down. Great job that time. They were trying to get the ball to Rondale Carradine on a little bubble screen, but number 1, the junior cornerback, Josh Montalongo was all over it, came in, fought through the block, and knocked the pass down.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have the numbers on that one. The return man came up. They were in a regular defensive set. I don't know that I like that decision, and Coach Alexander looked like he didn't like that decision whatsoever. I think that was an option maybe to quick kick or run the play, and maybe we should have quick kicked there.
This second quarter brought to you by Fielder Park Dental. Just under 5 minutes to go, 4:57 to be exact here in the first half. The Mustangs bringing in Hackbarth to give a different look and maybe try and see if they can catch Azle off guard. They go for it on 4th down. Don't get it. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Snapback handoff going over the right side this time.
I mean, up 31-0, there's not a lot of risk there.
Number 32, Hagan Hughes, the sophomore, gets about 3 yards out to the 47 before he's brought down. You're right. When you're up 31-0, you're in plus territory. You can take the shot. Rolling to his left this time as Jones. Flag comes in. He flings it over the middle, and it's dropped. He did the same thing this time. We're going to have a flag. I think we may have a backside hold here. We'll see. Those flags, again, usually indicate holding. That was a great throw that time by Jay Jones. He saw his man Akers open to the inside, so he turned his shoulders and fired it across his body and got it there, but Akers just dropped it.
Well, that time there was 2 things. There wasn't a defender in the area, and like you say, he was able to get his hips and his shoulders turned around to make an accurate football throw. It was a great throw. That should have been caught. It wouldn't have mattered because we did have that backside hold.
There was a holding penalty on the play. That backs it up now to the Azle 37-yard line.
Self-inflicted mistakes.
Yep. 3rd down and now 17 yards. Snap back. They're trying a little pop pass. Flag comes in. Akers is going to get around the left end to get back to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of about 7, but we may have another holding play penalty. We'll see what the call is. They tried, it's basically like a little reverse action pop pass to Akers as he cut through the formation after the snap.
Well, Akers had such a big week a week ago. You want to get the ball in his hands. They haven't been able to tonight, so you manufacture some ways to do that. And now we'll see what the penalty is.
This penalty is against Grapevine. It's a personal foul for hands to the face. So one of the Grapevine defenders got the hands up in the face of one of the, I'm assuming that happened to, defensive lineman, offensive lineman kind of mix up there. And
that's a tough call, Jacob.
15-yard penalty, yeah. That's going to put it to the Grapevine 41. Again, going tempo, little bubble screen out to the far side. Pass is caught inside the Grapevine 40 down to the 35. Making the catch that time was Akers, number 16. Nice solid gain on 1st down as Drew Nelson made the tackle. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4th, the 35. 4:05 to go here in the first half. Snap back handoff up the middle. Inside the 35, trying to push forward is 32 Hagan Hughes. looks like he's going to get just shy of the first down. They're going to bring him down at the 32-yard line, a yard short.
Great job by Grapevine to keep them short of that first down. Now we'll see. This is a huge play. We'll see if this D-line can do what they've been doing all night long.
3rd and a yard, quarterback draw, first down inside the 20, inside the 30, down to about the 28. Going to be a gain of 4, only needed 1. Coming up that time to make a great stick was number 27, Drew Nelson. But that's, that was number 37, Maddox Stanley. Snap back again on first down tempo, and again the quarterback takes off Jones. Flag comes in, 2 of them. This could be a face mask, we'll see.
I'm going to tell you what.
Flags came in right as the tackle was being made.
We just talked about him, but Maddox Stanley on that play saved the touchdown because they did try the fake screen. I told you they were going to do that at some point, and Stanley did not bite at all, saves the touchdown.
Yeah, and I was afraid that might be a face mask, and that's exactly what the flag was. Second personal foul on this drive by the Mustang defense. That's going to tack on 15 more and move the ball inside the 15 down to the Mustang 13-yard line, 1st and 10. And
we have seen a lot of flags tonight, Jacob.
Yep. A lot more flags than last week, at least in the first half.
Absolutely.
And most of them have been on the Mustangs. I mean, let's be honest about that. A couple of personal fouls on this drive, a bunch of pre-snap penalties as well.
Got to clean that up coming out of the locker room at halftime.
1st and 10, just a straight-up toss play. Shotgun going around the left side. Coming up to make the tackle that
There
time
he is again.
was Maddox Stanley, number 37, coming up from that bandit position.
5'9", 160-pound junior coming in here and making a huge impact now. 3 plays in a row.
Takes the legs out from under Vance Guthrie. Gain of 3, 2nd down. Snap back. This time Hughes gets the handoff. That's Akers lining up in the backfield. Gets out of a tackle, gets to the corner, and gets pushed out of bounds. See where they mark him out. It's not going to be more than a yard, if anything.
Yeah, he breaks that initial tackle, but Hunter Lasher comes up, does a great job of stringing that play all the way out to the sideline and not giving up the corner, saving what could have been a touchdown at that point in time.
Yeah, Ezekiel Brown knocked him out of bounds at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play as Azle changed it up with Akers lining up in the backfield. He's there again, and now they do a backside counter play, but coming up to make the tackle is number 3, C.J. Holmes. Good job that time by the running back Guthrie to kind of break through it, get an extra yard or 2, but still great job of staying home on that little backside counter play as they had Guthrie lining up almost like a fullback.
Yeah, backside counter trap. They had everyone accounted for except for CJ, who came up and made a devastating hit right there at the line of scrimmage.
Limited the gain to 4 yards, but so that's going to set up a 4th and a short 3, as that ball is lined up just at the 6-yard line, just inside the 6.
This is where Grapevine's defense gets stronger. Anytime in the red zone, we saw it a week ago, they tend to get the ball, they tend to create turnovers.
And Azle decides to let the play clock run down and call timeout, their first of the half. So 1:59 to go here in the first half. Azle facing a 4th and 3 from the Grapevine 6. You're listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Fourth and 3 for the Hornets at the Mustang 6-yard line. Snap back, flag down, and the pass is way wide of the target and incomplete. The snap was low and dropped, but I think the Mustangs jumped off sides yet again.
Yeah, and they're going to give up this first down here. Unfortunately, They had the stop, but the jumper off sides.
The snap was low, but I think the quarterback, Jones, knew he had a free play, so he just fired it out there anyway. And, yeah, that's going to be half the distance to the goal, and that should be enough for a first down.
And we can't hear the cadence up here, but obviously Jones has been doing a fantastic job of that cadence. And you can't give that up. You have to be more disciplined.
He's doing something with a hard count out of that shotgun, because that's the third time tonight we've seen the Mustangs actually jump offside. So he had a neutral zone somebody lining up in the neutral zone on one play, but 3 times he's had guys jumping into the neutral zone on a hard count.
Here they come back in that big heavy set again.
Yep. Power formation, going over the left side this time, getting about 2 yards this time. Did the ball come out?
They have the ball.
Let's see. Grapevine saying they have the ball. We see no signal from the officials. And yes, Grapevine gets the fumble recovery.
And that's what we talked about.
Latham Way, I think, made the recovery that time. They went over the left side. That time they had number 3, Caleb Vasquez, lined up in the backfield. He's the one who actually took the handoff on the snap, running that power formation. Was going to get a couple of yards, but somewhere in there the ball popped out, and Latham Way recovered it. Second turnover for the Grapevine defense tonight.
It's what Grapevine does. We said, you get in the end zone, the red zone rather, it's very hard to score on them, and there they proved it once again, getting the turnover at their own 1-yard line.
Well, now they got to be careful here. Only 1:49 to go in the half. They're at their own 1-yard line, 1st and 10. Under center this time is Evan Baum. And he's just going to try and push the pile forward this time and get some space. And going to get maybe 2 yards, it looks like, as they just basically did a rugby scrum right there. And Baum went right over.
And now it's going to be interesting. We have a couple more running backs. Dela Cruz is coming in the game, along with number 21, Rondell Carradine. We saw him make an impact earlier tonight.
2nd and 8 now at the 3-yard line. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle. Parker Polk trying to find room. Gets over the 5 out to the 6. Looks like they're going to mark it between the 6 and the 7.
And you see no urgency here, Jacob. They're just trying to take as much time as they can off this clock.
Counting down.
Hopefully just get out of the half and not give the ball back in any form or fashion.
1 minute to go here. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 4 as that ball is just inside the 7-yard line. As, Grapevine, no real need to push the ball here. They're just going to let the clock run. Azle, I'm kind of surprised Azle not using their timeouts here to see if maybe they can get one more possession, but they're not. 3rd down now. Back in the shotgun formation. Player goes in motion, snap back handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a 1st down over the 11 out to about the 12, 13-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 yards that time as Parker Polk finds some room to move the chains, and that should allow the Mustangs to take this all the way to the half.
Perfect case scenario for Grapevine. This is what they wanted. They've shown improvement in all 3 phases of the game. A little sloppy with the penalties, certainly not what they want. They'll go in and try to get that cleaned up. I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis for Coach Alexander.
Clock is running, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to do exactly that. They're just going to let this come to the half, and why not? They've played a pretty solid first half, especially on defense tonight, as they are going to take a shutout to halftime. Coming up here as the clock hits 0. That will do it for the first half. The Grapevine Mustangs in their home opener tonight here at Mustang Panther Stadium lead the Azle Hornets by a score of 31-0. Coming up, we're going to have the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. We'll show you the Grapevine Mustang Phillies as well as the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band. We'll catch you up on scores from around the area as well as recap what we saw here in the first half. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office, to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level is already lower. Now, when I walk in the room, I understand it goes up a little bit, but then I try to use a friendly tone with them and try to help them feel like they're in control. They can say stop at any point. To me, it's more relational than it is any small little pill we can give them or nitrous oxide. We can do those things, but to me, we can lower that anxiety level way before we ever get to that.
Place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, this is the Prosperity Bank halftime show, where your halftime score is the Grapevine Mustangs leading the Azle Hornets by a score of 31-0. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith as you see the Azle Hornet drill team and marching band down on the field doing their halftime routine. And Tim, while not as clean of a first half as they had last week against Wakeland, Grapevine still did a lot of good things and find themselves in full control of this ball game.
Yeah, from an execution standpoint, Grapevine has been on fire, right? We've seen Dela Cruz with some big runs, Parker Polk with some big runs, a big catch for a touchdown. Evan Baum has been throwing the ball great when he's been asked to throw the ball. I just think right now what we're seeing is an evolution of this offense week to week. And then the defense has gotten better as well. The defensive backfield, they're not seeing the passing lane, so they're trying to run the football. And that's not working because the defensive line is in, getting pressure in both the passing game and run game. And, of course, Grapevine's winning the turnover battle.
Again, yeah, this week they're up 2-0 in the turnovers as the defense thwarted 2 good Azle drives. One on a fourth down. Now, one was on a fourth down play around the 30-35 yard line, which the pressure came in so quick it was going to be either a turnover on downs or a flat turnover. But that last one down there, 1st and goal at the 3 yard line, Azle has the ball trying to punch it in for their first score of the night. And the defense, just gets into a pile and punches the ball loose. Latham Wade comes up with the recovery and keeps Azle off the scoreboard.
Yeah, and 2 big plays that come to mind. We talked about the game a week ago. Special teams seemed to be a little bit of a void for Grapevine, but tonight it's been a big plus. They had the big return to start the game. They had the block punt that really got the momentum on their side. And then they take a hit on the punt team, right? But no foul because the punt is not blocked by the defense. So 3 big plays for special teams have been big game changers for Grapevine tonight so far.
Yeah, and the one thing I've been impressed with the thing I've been impressed with is they've been able to overcome some penalties tonight, because we have seen some more mental mistakes tonight from Grapevine in the first half, mostly in the form of pre-snap penalties. Azle is doing a good job. They've moved the ball a few times here and there, but they've done a good job, especially the quarterback, Jay Jones, with his hard count. He's drawn the Mustangs offsides 3 times. There's been a couple of delay of games, a couple of false starts, just some mental things. I'm sure that is something that Coach Alexander right now is harping on in the locker room.
Yeah, I would think if there's anything that they really need to go into a deep dive on in the locker room, it's going to be the mental side and the mistakes from the penalty standpoint, especially, like you say, pre-snap. We saw in that first drive that Grapevine really got themselves behind the sticks because of penalties. We saw it later in the game, and then they allowed them to work their way all the way to their backs against the end zone with penalties, but then we're able to get the turnover there at the 1 yard line and save the touchdown.
Yeah, and offensively, again, when they haven't been committing penalties, they've been efficient tonight. Now, they've also been forced into a couple situations they weren't last week, some long yardage situations, and they've been able to come up with plays in some of those long yardage situations to keep the ball moving. They also took advantage of the mistake by Azle on the roughing the punter to turn that into a touchdown. And the other thing we've seen tonight is, last week the ground game offense was just spectacular, and it's been solid tonight, but tonight the passing game has been the one stepping up making plays.
Well, I think you touched on it earlier. Evan Baum, the way he is able to manipulate the ball inside of the triple option, he does the same thing with his play action, and so the defense is trained to read everything the same. Evan is making everything look the same, and they're capitalizing with those big balls down the field after the play action because they do think that somebody's getting the ball. And then, like I said earlier, they lose Parker Polk in the middle of the field, and that's one guy you just can't lose track of.
No, yeah, they lost him on that play action. They also had the other coverage bust on the touchdown pass to Hank Miller when he released from his tight end spot and nobody went with him. They've turned those into 2 big plays. It's just been, again, overall, I think you're seeing a very good performance by the Mustangs, but you have some things that coaches can really harp on and pick at to say, guys, we got to get better, because, again, next week, non-district finale next week here at home, and they're going to be playing a really good Argyle Eagles football club in that matchup.
Yeah, I think if I'm Coach Alexander here, I want to come out in the second half. I want to see my team play mistake-free football. That's going to be the most important, injury-free football. And then we always, as we know, when we get into games like this, if things continue to go this way, we'll get a chance to see some of the backups come in and get some playing time, which will be exciting as well.
So we're going to come take our first break here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show. When we come back, we should have the Grapevine Mustangs Phillies drill team as well as the Grapevine Mustangs marching band doing their halftime performance. So as we take this break here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show, We're going to wrap this up and come back and bring that Grapevine Marching Band and the Grapevine Mustang Phillies. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a U.S. manufacturer. Comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're going to knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Welcome back to the Prosperity Bank halftime show here at Mustang Panther Stadium, where the Grapevine Mustangs lead the Azle Hornets 31-0. And right now, we're going to take you down to the field so you can catch some of the sights and sounds of the halftime performance of the Grapevine Mustang Philly drill team, as well as the Grapevine Mustang marching band. Enjoy, folks.
Digital selections include the following: Concerto Band 60,000, that'll take Philip Glass. Real Rain by Randy Newton. And Silver Sanctuary by Peter Boyer. Grapevine High School is stopped for drum majors Audrey Leckie. And Anthony Tinkovar, along with the Grapevine Mustang Band.
That's the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band and Grapevine Philly Drill Team. We're going to take a break here on the Prosperity Bank Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have first half stats for you, and we'll get you ready for the start of the second half. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level is already lower. Now, when I walk in the room, I understand it goes up a little bit, but then I try to use a friendly tone with them and try to help them feel like they're in control. They can say stop at any point. To me, it's more relational than it is any small little pill we can give them or nitrous oxide. We can do those things, but to me, we can lower that anxiety level way before we ever get to that.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium as we are going to be ready, getting started here for the second half. As the Grapevine Mustangs lead the Azle Hornets by a score of 31-0. This is the Prosperity Bank halftime showing right now. Going to go over some of the numbers from that first half. The Mustangs, as they run out onto the field here for the second half, again dominating the first half, outgaining the Hornets by a count of 258 to 127, pretty much doubling them up. 123 yards on the ground for Grapevine. With 135 through the air, so a lot of more balanced attack tonight. Evan Baum tonight, he's actually only 3 of 8 passing, but he's got on those 3 completions 135 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. Running the ball, Parker Polk, despite for the most part not having a lot of room, he did have the 1 long touchdown run. He had 11 carries for 96 yards in the first half with that touchdown. Victor Delacruz 3 carries for 20 yards. In that, Evan Baum, ended up with no yards rushing on 4 carries because he's gotten dropped for losses a couple of times. And, of course, you had the big plays through the air, a 20-yard catch to Rondell Carradine. Parker Polk, the 39-yard touchdown catch, so he's got 2 scores tonight. Hank Miller, the 76-yard catch and run. So it really has been kind of in many ways, a game of big plays for the Grapevine offense.
Yeah, much different from what we saw a week ago. It was very methodical, very slow pace, but tonight they have opened it up a little bit. I'm excited to see what we're going to see in the second half. I wonder if we might see a little trick plays or some things that are coming out of the box that we haven't seen yet.
Here's the one big knock tonight right now. First half tonight, Grapevine 10 penalties for 82 yards in that first half. Now, thankfully, it didn't really cost them much. It knocked a couple of drives back, kept an Azle drive going a couple of times, so it didn't cost them anything on the scoreboard, really. But still, that is something that I guarantee you Coach Alexander was not happy about going into halftime.
Definitely the number one topic of discussion going into halftime, and will be when they watch film tomorrow, is those penalties.
For Azle, they did have some success on the ground in the first half. Hagan Hughes, the sophomore, 5 carries for 69 yards. Vance Guthrie, 7 carries for 32 yards. So they've had some success, but the turnovers have just killed them. They've had 2 fumbles, one on the 4th down and long play at around the Grapevine 35-yard line. Again, it was going to be a turnover either way. It was just a question of if it was an official turnover or not, because it was on the 4th down play, but that was set up because of a low snap, even though there was good pressure on the play. But then the big one down there at the end of the first half is Azle was trying to get some momentum going, get on the board there. The Mustangs force a fumble inside their own 3-yard line on a 1st and goal play, where in the scrum the ball got knocked loose and Latham Way came up with it.
Now, we talked about it at the top of the show, was turnovers would be a difference in this game. Now, not necessarily haven't been the difference, but they certainly played a key factor in this, along with the special teams with a blocked punt, getting your punter hit hard in the backfield, but no block punt, so a 15-yard penalty on that one where they got the ball back and were able to capitalize with another touchdown.
Yeah, let's definitely not dismiss that at all. The special teams have come up big tonight. The block punt with the touchdown being the big one, but yeah, then honestly, just the fantastic play by Hayden Rhodes, and you can't really call it anything other than that, to not only corral a low snap, but to somehow get a punt away without it being touched, as he had a face mask planted right in his chest.
Some wizardry going on there. I have to see how that was done. Like I said, I want to see a replay, slow motion right there by the foot, because I just don't know how that ball made it through, but it did.
Yeah, and as you said, that penalty, that roughing the passer penalty, kept a drive alive that ended up turning into 7 points. It was the Parker Polk touchdown pass. That's what ended that particular drive.
The diamond formation, play action to Parker. Oops. He didn't give me the ball. I'm going to run down the middle. You're not going to see me. Touchdown, just like they drew it up in the locker room.
So the Azle Hornets will start the second half with the ball. Grapevine started off on offense, so it'll be the Grapevine defense getting to start here as they lead 31-0. Right now we're waiting for them to get set up. We do have a television broadcast here tonight along with us with our streaming broadcast, CW33. CW33 is broadcasting this game locally on regular television for people to watch tonight. This third quarter brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. relax, enjoy the difference, located right here in Grapevine. And the Mustangs come out getting ready to get things going here in the third quarter as Hayden Rhodes lines things up. And the second half is underway. It's a line drive kick towards the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the first mistake of the night on special teams for the Mustangs. First mistake by Hayden Rhodes, kind of hooked that one, it looked like.
And not a good omen for the start of the second half, as we already have a flag that we were trying to stay away from those in the second half, Jacob.
So put the ball, illegal kick out of bounds, put the ball on the 30-yard line to start this drive for the Hornets.
Fairly uncharacteristic of Rhodes. We don't see him make mistakes very often with that.
He's had very good kickoffs tonight.
Yeah.
They've all been going right around the goal line tonight. That one he just kind of a mishit.
He's got that $6 million leg.
First and 10 for the Hornets at their own 30-yard line. They're going to come out in a traditional 4 wide. Receiver going in motion from right to left. Again, a low snap. It's on the ground, and Jones just has to cover it. We've seen a number of low snaps tonight from Azle. Their starting centers, number 52, Reed Norris. He's a senior, but he's had some snaps just coming in at the feet of the quarterback, Jay Jones. He's been able to pick a couple of them up, but he's also just had to fall on a few, and he lost 4 yards on that one.
Yeah, that showed up right there. First mistake for them as the second half starts, and not a good omen for them either.
Trips left formation this time. Snap back to Jones, trying to set up a middle screen. They completed over the middle up to the 30, and then tripped up a great open field tackle that time. Coming in to make that tackle was
C.J. Holmes,
C.J. Holmes, number 3. I saw a 3. I couldn't tell if there was another number there, but he fought through the slop and got in there and tripped up the running back, number 6, Vance Guthrie. Gain of 6 on the play, but if not for that open field tackle, it could have been much worse. It was actually Major Hecht, I believe, number 6. Snap back, outside screen, pass caught, and gets away from the tackle and getting the first down, and still on his feet and running inside the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and knocked out of bounds by C.J. Holmes. That time, big number 80. They've tried to get him the ball a number of times tonight and haven't connected. Big number 80, Slate Skipper, the 6'3", 190-pound wide receiver. He caught the pass on the bubble screen, looked like he was going to be wrapped up in jail, and just got away from the defenders and just took off up the sideline.
What do you do when you come out of halftime and it's 31-0? You say, I want to get the ball to my playmakers any way that we can, and that's exactly what they did there. That's the first, I think that's his first catch of the game.
It is.
Look how far that goes, and Grapevine has a man down here at the 35.
Yep. Player down for the Mustangs, back around the 35-yard line. Can't quite see who it is from here as the trainers are around him. I believe that's Drew Nelson. He's kind of up on his knees now and being looked at. So
I can see the 2. I can't tell if it's a 5 or a 7. So Drew Nelson or Hunter Lash, I can't tell the difference from up here right now.
Yeah, he just got big collision on a block from one of the Azle players going downfield to block for Skipper on that last play. I tell you what, that catch and run from Skipper, that was all effort. Give him all the credit in the world for that, because that was all Slate Skipper on that play, because he looked like he was going to be down for no gain, maybe a couple of yards, but he was able to break a couple of tackles as he was getting corralled and just got away and took off away from the defense.
Certainly did, and it's good to see a big play like that come out of Azle and see some fight. It was Drew Nelson, as Hunter Lasher is up and fine at the 10-yard line.
58 yards on the catch and run from Skipper, the biggest play of the game for the Hornets, and they have the ball now 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 11 as Drew Nelson jogging off under his own power. Looks like hopefully he's going to be okay.
Might need some Excedrin.
Trips to the right, or the near side, as you're watching this online. Snap is back, and it's going to be a straight quarterback sweep around the left side and just nowhere to go. Great pursuit that time, making the tackle, number 35, Tristan Sneed, the defensive end. As he just pursued that, they strung that out and dropped the quarterback, number 5, Jay Jones, for only 1 yard as they tried to go away from the power of the strength of the formation on a quarterback sweep. And now Jones getting rushed again, and he's going to get sacked. Again, it's Tristan Sneed, I believe. Yep, nope, not that time. Number 99 that time. Devin Thomas gets into the backfield with a quickness. Whatever Jones was looking at initially wasn't there, and then the pressure came, and they drop him all the way back at the 19.
Devin Thomas has had a fantastic ball game. He's been in the backfield all night, making it really hard on Azle.
Play action pass and a huge hit over the middle, but here come the flags as they're going to get him for a high hit. What a hit over the middle that time, as I think that was Major Hecht who blasted the wide receiver Tyler Akers. It was a little zone read play action pass, and they hit Akers on the slant.
Separated the man from the ball.
Yep.
I'd like to see a replay because live it certainly didn't look as though it was a high hit, but the referees have a much better angle than we do.
Akers went up to go catch that pass, and it looked like Hecht hit him right in the chest. And they're
talking about it.
They're talking about it right now because even Hecht was looking around like, I thought that was clean. You never know. Those hits happen so fast. Referees, they think
bang,
they
bang
saw
play.
a helmet hit the chin or something of that nature.
Certainly was
very
the hardest
bang,
hit
bang
of the
play.
evening.
Massive hit by Major Hecht on that play. Referees are still talking about it. And I think they're going to pick this flag up.
Looks like it. And I have to applaud that. Again, up here, it didn't look dirty to me. I mean, that's a tall receiver. It looked like he got hit.
Nope. They're not going to pick it up. Thought they were, but they are going to call the personal foul on Major Hecht for a hit on a defenseless receiver.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah,
That's a tough call.
I mean, it's a bang-bang play. His job is to separate the man from the ball. It looked like Hecht tried to put his face mask right in the chest of the receiver, and the officials, now, like I said, like you said, give them credit. They talked about it to make sure they saw what they thought they saw, and they decided to go and call the penalty.
Now,
So
Coach Alexander wants to know.
yeah, Coach Alexander's
what
on
are
the
you
field now.
talking
He's
about?
not happy at all, talking to the officials.
We've got a bunch of Grapevine coaches down there trying to have some conversation.
Not happy about this call at all. And I think they called a targeting penalty, so they've ejected Major Hecht. So that was the flag. It was a penalty for targeting. And that means Major Hecht has to come out of the ball game, I think. Well, he's staying in the ball game. So nobody's been ejected as of yet.
At least we don't think so.
I'm not 100% sure it was Hecht on the hit, but that was his position. Hunter Lasher's still out there too. He's a guy that might have been responsible for that.
So is Stanley. Stanley's jersey was all to the side. He might have been the one to make the hit.
First and goal at the 9 now. Snap back pass into the end zone is a little high and incomplete, as looks like he was trying to hit Tyler Akers over on the far sideline of the end zone. Pass was just a little too tall for him. It was a half the distance to the goal penalty, which put the ball at the 9-yard line.
Good bracket defense there. And Stanley comes over as the safety and makes a good play over the top. Just not a lot of room to throw the ball. It would have needed a pinpoint accurate pass to complete that one.
Now, all the penalties tonight until that one you could say were definite and not questionable. Snap back, Jones looking, and he's going to get dropped, we think. Yep, he gets away for a second, but then finally gets dropped as once again, number 99, Devin Thomas, makes the play. Give a lot of credit to number 41, the sophomore Dalton Knapp in there as well. He's the one who got the initial pressure and got to the body of the quarterback, Jay Jones. Jones got away, but then his teammate, Devin Thomas, cleaned it up.
I really like Dalton Knapp a lot. He brings a lot of energy. He's got quick hands. He's got good feet. And he knows how to get to that quarterback. And, of course, you're not going to get away from number 99, Devin Thomas. He's making a statement tonight.
Loss of 14 all the way back to the 23, third and goal, and flags come in as they try to do a little swing pass to the running back out in the far flat. And this will probably back it up 5 yards. As they blew this play dead, we got a false start, so back it up to the 28-yard line.
Well, we have seen just a plethora of penalties tonight.
You know, this is a junior and senior dominated club, but the couple of the underclassmen on this team really make plays. The right guard, Hunter Caudill, number 55, the freshman. We've seen the sophomore Dalton Knapp make a number of plays tonight on defense. 3rd and forever, 3rd and goal at the 28. Snap back to Jones. He's looking down the middle of the field, fires one deep, has a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. A coverage breakdown that time, as that was the running back, number 6, Vance Guthrie, who got loose on a seam route right up the middle of the field and just got behind the defense. A beautiful throw from Jones, and the Azle Hornets are on the board.
Well, and the penalty keeps the drive alive and gives Azle life, and they come in and, they get sacked, they go backwards, but they make good on it, and they finally get their touchdown. We knew they were going to throw the ball coming into the game, so they finally got a big play.
Latham Way, who's been so solid all season, as the snap is down, the kick is up, and the extra point from the kicker, Braden Forsyth, is good. We do have a flag down on the extra point. I think this may be offsides on Grapevine, which will be declined. That is the call, so the extra point will stand. 8:46 to go in the third quarter. Azle's on the board. It's 31-7 Grapevine. You're listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. It's why we keep service affordable, like AC service, only $59.95. Or our oil change package, only $64.95. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
The Azle Hornets get their first touchdown of the night as they take the opening possession of the second half and end up driving it 70 yards for the touchdown, the last 28 of which coming on a strike right down the middle of the field from quarterback Jay Jones to running back Vance Guthrie on 3rd and goal from the 28-yard line. A rare mistake in coverage by Latham Way, letting the running back get behind him. And that puts the Hornets on the board, 31-7. Kickoff is high and short, caught by Polk at the 16. Got plenty of room, up to the 30, to the 35, and that's where he'll get stood up and dropped. But still a solid return of 19 yards. His coverage just didn't get downfield that time, and Polk got a good running start on that.
He did get a good running start. I thought it was about to be a lot more, but Azle really did a good job of closing the gap when they had to not allow a huge return that it could have been.
And we do have a Hornets player down on the field. I can't quite make out the number from here, but it looks like a cramp.
Certainly does look like
from one of the Hornets players just trying to get it stretched out now. So the Mustangs will start their first possession of the second half on their own 35-yard line after the 19-yard return from Parker Polk. Thank you to Steve Swanson at Whirly Ball for sponsoring this broadcast. Corporate events, team building, and private parties are more fun when you're zipping around in a Whirly Bug, and they have the most affordable laser tag in town. 2 locations to serve you in Plano and in Hearst. You can visit them online at whirlyball.info for more information. So coming off the field now, under his own power, that looks like number 33, Braden Rager, junior defensive back who's on the kickoff team. Looks like he's okay. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Offset pistol formation here. One receiver to each side. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle to Pope, finding some room up to the 40, 45, and nearly breaking loose. He just barely got brought down by the senior safety, number 3, Caleb Vasquez. And if not for Vasquez, that would have been a huge gain for Polk. It's still a 10-yard gain and or 11-yard gain and a first down, however.
It was a good job. Good job by Parker to really squeeze through that hole like he does so well every single time he gets the ball almost.
That puts him up over 100 yards rushing for the night.
He's right on pace for what he did a week ago.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Motion from the right side, left side to the right, snap back. Once again, another handoff, this time again to Polk up to midfield, and that's where he's going to get stood up after a gain of about 4 yards. That was number 22, Brady Wagner, in at the H-back tight end position. He was the player in motion that time.
Not a whole lot of real estate on that one, huh?
No, but still a solid gain on first down as Parker just kind of picked his way through. Not a lot of room, but enough to get a solid first down gain up to midfield.
Now it looks like we got we got a little bit of a different look now, and old school spread with Victor Delacruz in the back.
Standard 4-wide formation as they spread it out here on second down. Snap back to Baum, straight up looking to throw. Pass is thrown out, caught by Carradine. He's got room inside the 40, I should say. Down to about the 35-yard line. Just an easy, simple, quick out of the slot from Rondell Carradine. Had room to run, got it all the way down to the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 17 and a first down.
You said it, quick, easy pitch and catch, but he's able to turn the corner, and now Grapevine's in business
Carradine,
at the 33-yard line.
Carradine turning on those jets as soon as he caught the pass.
Carradine's so fun to watch with the ball in his hands.
First and 10 for the Mustangs as they're on the move again at the Hornet 33-yard line. This time, split back set out of the pistol. Hank Miller in motion, snap back, pass down the middle of the field.
Again.
Wide open man, Sammy Kelly walks it into the corral for another Mustangs touchdown. For the third time tonight, we've seen the Hornets get confused on the back end with a coverage bust, and Sammy Kelly was wide open in the middle of the field, 33 yards for the score.
Evan Baum has thrown 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers who were wide open at the time. Great play designs, great play fakes, and really getting what they want out of their offense
And
tonight.
It's been in the middle of the field all 3 times. 3 different receivers coming from 3 different places, too. Snap back on the extra point is up, and the kick is good by Hayden Rhodes. 7:10 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs put that lead back up to 31 points. It's 38-7. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
The Grapevine Mustangs take their first possession of the second half. They go 65 yards to put it into the end zone. The last 33 of those on the 4th touchdown pass of the night by Evan Baum. This time he connects with Sammy Kelly. Kelly's 2nd touchdown of the season. He had one last week as well. And this time, again, we talked about this, Tim and I, to ourselves in the break. The 3rd time tonight we've seen a player come wide open in the middle of this Azle Hornet defense. The first time it was Hank Miller coming from his H-back tight end spot. The second time it was Polk off of a play action where he was the guy who the handoff was faked to and he released. And then that time Sammy Kelly gets wide open in the middle. A lot of confusion on the back end, especially with the safeties on this Azle defense.
Unbelievable. Evan Baum is having himself a day, and let's not forget that we have well over 100 yards on the ground still for the Mustang offense. So they're doing anything that they want to. Defensively, they've really tightened up. They did give up an early touchdown here in the second half, but they're playing great.
The kickoff from Hayden Rhodes bounces into the end zone this time for a touchback. So that'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, that is the that's the 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Evan Baum. He's 5 of 10 for 185 yards now. And those 3 scores, Parker Polk, we mentioned, already over 100 yards rushing tonight. But yeah, the passing game is just, it's not like he's had to make difficult throws. He's just had guys wide open in the middle of the field, has Evan Baum.
Sometimes those are the most difficult throws, Jacob, and catches when you are just running by yourself. All it is you, the ball, and the lights, and sometimes You have the dropsies, but not tonight. Everything's been coming up roses for the Grapevine Mustangs.
So the Hornets back out on offense, snap back on first down, a toss sweep to the near side, and drop for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, and we have an injury right now. Is down on the field is number 27, Drew Nelson, one of the team captains. 2 players are actually down. And Nelson now up, and
that's not Nelson, I believe. That's 37.
Oh, is that 37?
Stanley.
That's Maddox Stanley.
Who's been having a tremendous evening.
37
tonight.
Instead of 27. My fault. But I'm trying to see who's down in the middle of the field. Is behind the play. There's also a Grapevine player down.
Drew Nelson is back in the game, by the way, from his slight injury on the last series.
And Maddox Stanley's just kind of hopping it off, and now he's going to come over, and the trainer's going to look at him. I think he cramped up. Yep, he did. He did. He had his calf cramp up on him as he was making the tackle. And it looks like we have an injury from number 96. Ben Williams, the defensive lineman, is something happened behind the play to him, and he's coming off under his own power as well.
He looks like he's holding his
left shoulder
and his right ribs.
He might just be cradling.
Well, shoulders, I can tell you, shoulders are one of the most painful injuries you could have on the football field without question.
But nonetheless, Maddox Stanley on the play where he kind of cramped up made a great open field tackle on the running back, number 6, Vance Guthrie, and dropped him for a loss of 2 as they try to toss sweep to the near side on that first down play. So 2nd and 12, snap back. Jones throws over the middle. The pass is caught, but immediately Latham Way drops the receiver. Number 84, Zeb Cross, his first catch of the night, tried a little quick slant, and Way, patrolling the middle of that field, was right there to make the tackle for only a gain of 4.
He put out his arms like go gadget. Had he not, that ball would have been intercepted.
Snap back, Jones looking to throw. We have a flag coming in. He's going downfield, and the pass is caught. Just kind of threw it up, trying to get his player to make a play. Akers on the catch, number 16. But I think this is coming back. We've got a hold on the Azle defense. We also have a Grapevine player not feeling real good right now. Kind of picking himself up and coming off the field is number 41 for Grapevine, Dalton Knapp, the sophomore.
Another guy that's had a big impact tonight. His jersey's hanging off his shoulder pad.
I think he was the one getting held. He's the one getting held and may have turned something because he came off the field kind of hobbling.
He is not looking very comfortable whatsoever. So now we've got 2 Grapevine defenders that have been having big impacts tonight on the sideline.
It was a holding penalty, so back it up to the 17-yard line. Snap is back to Jones, and here comes the blitz. Trying to set up a middle screen. It's caught, but there's defenders all around him, and he gets dropped for a loss. A huge loss back at the 10-yard line as a gaggle of Grapevine defenders led by number 99, Devin Thomas, who's having a great night. Latham Way was in on the tackle as well. They tried to fake and set up the middle screen, and the Grapevine defense was all over it.
Look, Devin Thomas has come out tonight and said, hey, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Devin Thomas, and I'm here to wreck shop, and that's what he's done all night. It's been a lot of fun to watch and nowhere to go on that screen. How many defenders did we see? I think 11
there was
converged on the ball.
There was at least 3 guys around the running back, number 6 Guthrie, when he caught that pass. A loss of 8, 4th and long, and they're punting it away. Low line drive punt. Parker makes a running catch over near the sideline, turns upfield inside the 30, and actually gets a good return right there. He caught that running straight sideways around the 42-yard line, but had room to get up the sideline and got all the way down to the 27 before getting knocked out of bounds. A 15-yard return, making it only a 17-yard punt.
Azle's lucky that he caught that running to the short side, because had he caught that running to the wide side of the field, there's no way they would have been able to corral him.
So the Mustangs take over now on the Azle 27 after the good return, the short punt, the good return from Pope. 5:20 to go here in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Azle 27.
And you see now there's a deep safety for Azle way back there.
Snap back handoff to Delacruz going over the right side. Has a little bit of room, spins forward inside the 25 down to about the 22. A gain of 5 for Delacruz as he's running over that right side behind the freshman, number 55, Hunter Caudill, and number 76, the senior, Max Livingston.
And here comes Parker back into the game as number 21 comes out for
Rondell
a quick
Carradine,
rest.
yep.
Rondell Carradine, but Parker Polk back in the game. So you have to imagine we'll see 2 backs in the backfield again.
They marked this just inside the 23, so officially a gain of 4 on the play. Second down, play action. Baum looking to throw, fires over to the near sideline, caught by Kelly, and a nice tackle in the open field right at the point of the catch as Kelly makes the grab, but a nice tackle by the junior defensive back, number 1, Josh Montalongo. But a solid gain for Kelly, moves the chains as he gets that ball down to the 15-yard line on a gain of 8.
Just a perfect play in that situation. You run the comeback route, and what Kelly does so well is he comes back down towards the football to help his quarterback out, and a great timely throw by Evan Baum for the first down.
1st and 10 now for the Mustangs at the Azle 15-yard line. Grapevine up 38-7. Snap is back. Hand off to Polk. Spinning out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage, finding some space and getting to about the 11-yard line before he gets brought down. Just great effort there by Parker Polk as he had a guy around his feet right around the line of scrimmage, but was able to spin out of it and actually get all the way down to the 10 for a gain of 5.
Well, Parker Polk's on the dance floor out there doing Michael Jackson spins in the middle of the entire defense like a jitterbug. I love it.
Mustangs trying to expand their lead here, trying to take advantage of the short field. Going to come out this time on 2nd and 5 and still that short pistol shotgun formation, but with split backs this time.
Oh, some confusion in the backfield.
Yep. They shift back and get set. Snap back, hand off to Polk. Nope, speed option. Pitch out to Dela Cruz. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 10, still on his feet, and finally getting dragged down by the jersey is number 5, Victor Dela Cruz. It's only going to be a gain of 2. Give credit to the senior linebacker, number 39, Drew Doris, for just not letting go of Dela Cruz, who is a very strong runner, as we know. And he basically saved he saved at least a first down and maybe a touchdown on that play.
Maybe, and again, Evan Baum makes all that happen with his ball movement, right? I really thought Parker Polk had the ball because he stuck it in there so well, and then all of a sudden, I only knew it was an option because you said so.
Yep, he puts that ball in the gut and waits until he needs to if he's going to pull it out. Waits till the last second. 3rd and 3 now at the 8. Snap back, hand off to Dela Cruz, going over the right guard, and it's going to be really close to a first down as Dela Cruz just powered his way forward.
He should have it.
It's very close. Let's see if they're going to measure or not. Nope, they're not. They're going to give him the first down. 3 yards for Dela Cruz. 1st and goal as he went again, going over the right side over the freshman right guard, Hunter Caudill.
And now if you're Evan Baum, you have a lot of options, right? If you're Coach Alexander, Coach DeBest, you have a lot of options here at the 5-yard line. Everything's been working. All your players are in play. Let's see what they come up with.
Under 2.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Man-to-man up top.
Shotgun split back set. Motion from the left to the right side. Snap back, handoff. No room this time as Azle just stacks it up. Dela Cruz is able to bounce and spin his way forward on pure effort and ends up getting 2 yards. And that was all Victor that time because Azle had penetration and hit him in the backfield.
Well, they absolutely stopped that up. It's like they knew the play was coming. I was really looking for something to go on towards the wide side of the field up top as we had a wide receiver that was
Caden
manned
Cook up there at the top, yeah.
Was one-on-one, and you had Parker Polk kind of fly out there as well, and nobody went with them. So let's see if they take advantage of that on this one.
Caden Cook's the type of guy you can throw a lob pass to with his 6'2 frame also. 2nd and goal now at the 3-yard line, just over a minute and a half to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brady Wagner moving in motion this time from the right to the left. And now they're going to have a delay of game. That play, Baum is trying to shift guys and get him in the right spot. It just took too long, so it's going to back him up as he had to move Dela Cruz to the other side of the formation, and that just took a little too long. That time they had actually both tight ends in there. They have Hank Miller lined up on the left side, and they also have Brady Wagner in there as well, and kind of almost a 22 look personnel-wise here.
So Dela Cruz comes out. Dunn comes into the game, number 24, the 5'10".
Yep. First time we've seen Demetrius Dunn tonight.
170-pound
Demontrez Dunn, excuse me.
He had a good game a week ago, contributed a little over 40 yards to the efforts.
And again, they're going with the 2 tight end, 2 running back look here on 2nd and goal from the 8. Wagner in motion, forming a strong side. Little handoff,
there
and Baum pulls it out and takes it into the end zone. Great job by Evan Baum. Pulled the ball out on the fake handoff and went over the right side and found a hole and walked it into the corral for another Grapevine touchdown.
And he ought to go over and thank DeMontrez Dunn, as he made a great opening block to get him around that corner as well. So Dunn comes in the game specifically to make that block.
And you know what? It was a great design, too, because they had a strong side of the formation on the left. They faked the handoff to Polk towards that side and went to the weak side with Dunn as the lead blocker.
Well, if you're going to fake it to somebody and hope the defense is going to bite, fake it to Parker Polk.
Hayden Rhodes lining up for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is off the upright and no good as Hayden Rhodes makes his first mistake of the night, second tonight. Doinks one off the upright. 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 44-7 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio, and also presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
The kickoff from Hayden Rhodes is away. It's into the end zone 2 yards deep, and it will be returned this time by Akers. Up to the 15, breaks a tackle, gets out to the 20. And where he's going to get brought down at about the 21-yard line that time. It looked like
13.
Number 13, Darian Burns that time on the tackle. As that time, Tyler Akers just trying to make something happen. Brought it out from 2 yards deep. Didn't cost his team too much on field position. Got it out to the 21-yard line there, and that's where the Hornets will start their next possession. Down now 44-7 as Evan Baum had his first touchdown on the ground tonight from 8 yards out. Finished off a 30, let's see how far did we do that. Trying to get that right. 27-yard touchdown drive. Snap is back. Little quick throw, and we're going to get a flag down. As that time the defense from C.J. Holmes, he got there a little bit early and hit Tyler Akers in the back right before the ball arrived. So won't be a big penalty, but it will be a pass interference and a first down.
And that's a shame. You make a good break on the ball, and you just get there a tad bit early.
Got there about a half second too quick.
You know he wanted that one.
Again, it's only like 2 yards on the penalty as they were trying just a little quick hitch route to Akers, see if they could get him loose in space. But a penalty nonetheless, and the Mustangs are racking up some flags tonight for sure. Snap is back on first down. Handoff coming around the left side up to the 25, 30. Nice strong running up to the 35. Dragging tacklers all the way out near the 40 is number 32, the sophomore Hagan Hughes, who's having a very solid night on the ground. That time showing tons of power does the sophomore. Gets that ball all the way out to the 39-yard line for a gain of 16.
I think that might have been the biggest run we've seen all night from Azle.
Snap back, quick throw, pass is caught and immediately dropped down, as I believe that was Tyler Akers again. Nope.
That was the big kid.
That was the big guy,
80.
number 80, Slate Skipper. Gets dropped, but immediately, and now we're going to have a flag for offsides, and we got encroachment as Devin Thomas, again, trying to get in there and time the snap count, didn't time it right. That was a gain of 12 yards on the catch by Skipper to get it into Mustang territory in the 40 at the 49, and we'll add 5 more yards, and it'll be 1st and 5 at the 44.
You see they're playing a little low-high zone on Skipper there, number 80 at the top of the screen, but it looks like they figured something out, right, throwing into the void of that zone. We'll see if it's a little bit of a different look this time for Grapevine's DBs.
And they moved the chains. I'm not sure why. It should be 1st and 5. Snap back handoff again, coming around the left side down to around the 40. Another nice strong run by Hughes, number 32. They're going to give him credit down to the 39-yard line. So now they can move the chains. And the referees are going to blow it dead because that is the end of the third quarter. So That's going to do it for us here in the third. This third quarter brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the fourth quarter of play for you. The Mustangs leading the Hornets 44-7. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got. But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, Jacob Dedamore along with Tim Smith as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The Grapevine Mustangs all over the Azle Hornets, 44-7. The Hornets have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 39-yard line. This quarter brought to you by our friends at Bottle Cap Alley Ice House Grill. As the Azle Hornets on the move here after a couple of nice plays, a penalty as well. A couple of penalties. Feel like I'm watching the Cowboys tonight with all the flags being thrown.
Easy.
Hey, I'm a Cowboys fan. I can say it. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Say it loud and say it proud.
Snap back on 1st down. Jones looking downfield, now rolling to his right, trying to find a man. Passes just a little far out in front of his intended receiver that time. That was number 4, Connor Combs, the senior, coming out of the slot. Jones is trying to make something happen, just threw that one a little too far out in front as he was rolling to his right.
Yeah, just put a little too much mustard on that one, a little spicy hot mustard.
2nd and 10 now. This time, trips right on the far side of the field in a stack formation, so a little different look. Snap back, quarterback draw, though, from Jones. Trying to get over the left side, gets around the corner and actually gets a solid gain down to about the 34-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 to set up 3rd and 5. C.J. Holmes tried to rip the ball out as they were getting over to the sideline.
That's a really funky-looking formation just to do a quarterback sweep.
Well, you run away from the strong side trying to catch them overloaded on.
Stack,
yeah.
No, I get the strength. It just.
Jay Jones, good size as a quarterback too, 6'3", 190. Snap back. He throws one out to his running back.
Great play.
Hughes, nice catch. And a gain down to the 31, only a gain of 3 as he's wrapped up that time. Looked like Tristan Sneed, the defensive end, made a nice tackle.
Flying,
that was a little quick throw to the running back Hughes that time. If not, it would have been a 1st down for sure if not for the play of Sneed on that. Sets up now a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 now for the Hornets at the Mustang 31-yard line.
Oh.
And line judge from the near side stopping play. The down is wrong. Yeah, it's 4th down. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was saying 3rd down. Wasn't sure if I lost count, but yeah. So it's 4th down, actually, and that's correct. 4th down and 2 at the Mustang 31-yard line.
Comes the corner blitz.
Akers in motion from left to right. Snapback handoff coming around the left side on the backside handoff. It's a 1st down for Hughes. Another strong run from the sophomore as he powers his way inside the 25 all the way down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 10 on 4th and 2 for the powerful young man Hagan Hughes, listed at 5'11", 175 is the sophomore. Quick snap. Jones rolling to his right out of the shotgun. Gets the pass away. It's caught inside the 15, down to the 10, and getting popped that time as Drew Nelson just blasted number 4 Connor Combs after he made the catch. Couldn't prevent the first down. But that's a great pop by Drew Nelson.
Well, we've seen 2 big hits tonight. One, obviously, they called the targeting questionable, but this one, another one, great hit, totally clean.
First and goal, handoff up the middle. Hughes breaking tackles and gets to the goal line. Is he in? It looks like they're going to mark him just short, just inside the 1-yard line. But again, that tempo this time, catching the Grapevine defense shifting around, opens up a hole for Hughes, and he goes right through it and just misses getting into the end zone. Second and goal now at the 1-yard line for the Hornets.
Yeah, it's the Hornets here trying to get a little momentum as we start the fourth quarter. Anything can happen in football, so there's a touchdown.
Sophomore Hagen Hughes having a huge night. Touchdown as the quarterback sneak that time from the quarterback, Jay Jones, punches it into the end zone for the Hornets for their second score of the night with 9:49 to go here in the ball game.
I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some pooch kicks, squib kicks, onside type of kicks now, because it's all about possessions. You can't score without possessing the ball, and as soon as Grapevine gets it,
well,
I expect them to be a little bit methodical.
That was a nice drive that time by the Hornets, a 79-yard touchdown drive. Snap is down, the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So 9:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. It is now 44-14 Grapevine. We'll take a quick break. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, with the scores now Grapevine 44 and Azle 14 after the Hornets go on a 79-yard touchdown drive, capped off by the 1-yard touchdown run from the quarterback Jay Jones on the quarterback sneak. But give a lot of credit to the sophomore running back Hagen Hughes on that drive. Had a number of nice runs and big carries. According to the numbers we're seeing here, he's up over 100 yards rushing tonight now for the Hornets.
Yeah, that was a really good drive, and you can see the defense here on the bench talking it over. They're going to try to make sure there's no more drives like that from Azle.
High pooch kick, corralled. I believe that's by number 15, Mason Tatum, one of the upbacks, the junior wide receiver. Had that one kind of get away from him for a second, but he was able to corral it and actually get some yardage on the return out to the 36-yard line as they tried to, again, try to catch Grapevine up off guard a little bit with a pooch kick to one of the upbacks.
Yep, I mean, it's all about getting the ball now and having possessions, and if you can't have the ball and you don't have possessions, you can't score, and this score will stay where it is. So we'll see what Grapevine does and how much they can control this clock.
DeMontrez Dunn and Victor Delacruz in the backfield now on first down in the shotgun split back set. 3 wide receivers, snap back. It's going to be a roll to the right for Baum. Fires it over the middle. It's caught by Carradine, and he turns on the Jets up the sideline. What a beautifully designed play. Carradine came out of the slot on the far side and just dragged across the field following Baum, and Baum hit him on the move as he's rolling to his right, and Carradine just turned it upfield, gets all the way to the Azle 33-yard line.
Yeah, and so much for what I said. Just forget about running out the clock. We're just going to keep going, mash the gas, and see how many points we can put up. Great boot play by Baum. Love the play design. I love the throw. And what a great catch and run.
31 yards on the catch and run from Rondell Carradine. That's his 3rd catch of the night. 1st and 10 at the Hornet 33. Carradine coming in motion this time. Snap back, handoff to Delacruz going over the left side and doesn't get much there. Nice job closing off that hole that time by the defense of Azle. Number 39, Drew Doris, and number 21, Adon Sandoval, closing down whatever hole might have been there. Only a gain of about 2 yards that time for De La Cruz.
You are so right. They did close down the hole because there was a hole there, but just a great job of pursuit and to get there before De La Cruz could get through it.
2nd and 8 now for the Mustangs. C.J. Holmes in the backfield this time, along with DeMontrez Dunn. And they have 2 tight ends in as we got kind of a power look here. Carradine, the only wide receiver. Wagner comes in motion, play action. Little swing pass out to C.J. Holmes. Makes the catch inside the 30, the 25, and then brought down from behind as he tried to make a move on the tackle that time by number 40, Case Moore, the sophomore linebacker. Tried to look like almost like a little naked screen that time to C.J. Moore, with Carradine, the wide receiver, being the only guy out in front.
Carradine was out front, but I tell you, they had 22, Brady Wagner running down the middle of the field. I think they were trying to get it to him, but the safety for Azle was sitting there that time. They just couldn't do it, so take your dump off. I like the play.
Still a good gain, a gain of 7 that time on 2nd down. Sets up a 3rd and 1 at the 24. Shotgun snap back, handoff to C.J. Moore, finds a whole 1st down inside the 20. Nice job, shifty running by C.J. Moore, doing his best little Parker Polk imitation right there. Gets all the way down to the 15 for a gain of 9.
C.J., he's been playing a little bit of both ways, C.J. Holmes, and so you got to give him credit. He's out there trying to play defense. He's made some big tackles tonight, and then he comes up with a nice shifty run to get them the 1st down, and they're inside the red zone.
Holmes, that was one thing, Coach Holmes has made some great plays on defense tonight. Coach Alexander talked about wanting to get him and Rondell Carradine both a little bit more involved in the offense, and we're seeing them make plays on this drive. 1st and 10, snap back. Dunn gets the handoff this time, spinning out of one tackle and then finally getting brought down. Nice strong running that time. I think they're going to give him credit down to the 10 for a gain of 5.
And I love that. Dunn on the last drive made a big block for Evan Baum to get around the corner and score the touchdown. Now we're in the red zone. We're going to give Dunn an opportunity, and they give him his first carry of the game.
Parker Polk getting this series off, and the guys stepping in his stead producing. C.J. Holmes, Rondell Carradine, DeMontrez Dunn. 2nd and 5 now for the Mustangs at the Azle 10-yard line. 7:10 to go here in the ball game. Again, with that 22 personnel look, Wagner comes in motion from the left to the right. Snap back, handoff. Nope, it's a catch from Baum. A great fake, and he's going to walk it into the corral for a touchdown. Pulled the ball out of the gut of C.J. Holmes and just trotted around the left side of the formation untouched into the end zone.
I don't know what Evan Baum is going to do when football's over for him, but perhaps a magician should be something he should think about. That was pure magic.
Great fake by Baum to pull that ball out. Great blocking. Give credit to the left side of the formation as the left tackle Travis Mason sealed it off. As you see the graphic on our screen, it's Baumey outside. Baum had a great week last week and doing it again. His 2nd touchdown of the night on the ground.
And it is Baumey outside. Our window's all fogging
most
up
definitely.
out here.
The kick from Rhodes is up and good. 6:56 to go in the ball game. The Mustangs have a half 100 tonight. They're up 51-14. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
The Mustangs score a touchdown on the 2nd touchdown run of the night by Evan Baum. This one from 10 yards out as the Mustangs take that ball 64 yards on that touchdown drive, putting them up over 50 points for the night. They now lead 51-14 over the Azle Hornets with just under 7 minutes to go here in the ball game. Hayden Rose lining it up for the kickoff. This is a nice high, deep one towards the corner, but it is going to go out of bounds. Again, trying to hook it towards that corner. Second time tonight, both in the second half, that he's kind of hooked one. And this will start things at the 30-yard line for the Azle Hornets. Evan
Look at
Baum.
that graphic.
I'm just liking the hair on Evan Baum right there. He's kind of got he's got the white boy fro going right there. I'm more jealous about the amount of hair than anything else.
He's got that look on his face, like, say something.
The chances to have that kind of a hairstyle or any kind of a hairstyle left me long ago.
I don't even know what hair is. What do you mean?
Evan Baum having another great night tonight. He's actually done most of his damage through the air, but his last 2 touchdowns have come on the ground.
Well, sooner or later he was going to do that. He did run for over 100 yards a week ago. He's been bottled up somewhat tonight, but really hasn't taken off or tried to run too much. Those 2 runs here in this half have been outstanding.
The Hornets taking over their own 30-yard line here on this next possession. Receiver coming in motion, snap back, quarterback run, and just getting plastered in the backfield that time. Stepping in to make the tackle is number 44, Gray Whitsett, who has a touchdown tonight on a block punt recovery for a touchdown. And this time, he just blasts the backup quarterback, number 12, Austin May, in the backfield for a loss of a yard as he tried to go over the right side on a quarterback run.
Yep, in for number 41, Dalton Knapp, and he made a heck of a play.
Snap back, May keeps it again on the zone read handoff and has room to run. Breaks a tackle at the 40, gets all the way out to the 45. Nice strong run, 16 yards on the gain and a first down for Austin May, number 12, the junior quarterback, getting some time in. This game is out of hand now, so they're getting to junior May some snaps. Snap back again as they run tempo. Handoff coming around the left side up to midfield, across into Grapevine territory. Making the tackles, number 31, Cameron McCauley, who has checked in, the senior. Wrapping up the runner that time.
We're definitely seeing some new players on the field for Grapevine defense currently and for Azle as well.
Snap back again, another handoff to Guthrie, number 6. That was Guthrie on the last carry as he got 9 yards. This time he gets another 6 to get the first down and move the chain. So 15 yards in the last 2 carries from Guthrie down to the Grapevine 40. And you're right, a lot of reserves in on defense now for the Mustangs. Here comes the tempo. Guthrie with the handoff again, and this time finding a little bit of room, breaking tackles and getting inside the 35 down to the 32. What a strong run by Vance Guthrie. Very strong run right there as the junior gets an 8-yard gain down to the Mustang 32. Looked like he was going to get wrapped up around the line of scrimmage. I thought number 44, Gray Whitsett, was going to run him down, but he was able to get through that tackle and break a couple of more.
100% agree with you on that one, Jacob.
Snap back on second down. May takes a snap, rolls to his right, can't find anybody, and he's going to get wrapped up. Going to get about a yard as he got forward progress, running through the tackle attempt to an extent of number 42, Peyton Baxter, who's checked in at linebacker on this last play. Baxter meets him at the line of scrimmage. May just kind of powers forward for a yard, 3rd and 1.
Real good coverage by number 13 on that one.
And just as they're about to snap the ball on tempo, we got a flag coming in from the near side. Looks like we're going to get a false start on one of the wide receivers in the trip set down here on the near sideline.
Yeah, on the play before last, Deron Burns out there at the cornerback. He's new in the game. They try to run a hitch and go on him, and he doesn't bite. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Creates a good play there for the defense.
After the penalty, 3rd and 6 now, and now we got people moving again.
77.
Another false start. So back it up another 5 yards and put it back outside the 40 now. It's going to make it goes from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 11 as now the Hornets started making a few mistakes.
Well, it's refreshing to see those false starts as opposed to offsides because we've seen a lot of offsides tonight.
This 4th quarter brought to you by our friends at Bottle Cap Alley Ice House Grill. Staying in the same formation with trips to the near side, single receiver to the right. Guthrie still in the game right now at tailback. The backup quarterback, Austin May, in. He takes the direct snap, and it's just a straight quarterback draw up the middle. May showing great power and he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line, but then a flag comes out from the referee way behind the play right towards the end. What a nice, strong run by Austin May, number 12, the junior quarterback listed at 6'3", 185, showing a lot of power on that. Got 11 yards, but this may be coming back.
Yeah, May has come in with some energy, coming in off the bench and wanting to prove himself a little bit.
It is a penalty against the Hornets. It's a personal foul.
What is that, 3 penalties in a row for them?
Yeah.
2 offsides and now the personal foul.
3 consecutive penalties. This one's a personal foul. I didn't quite hear what the official said the personal foul was.
3rd and 24. Not many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 24, I promise you.
Not many. Not really sure what the personal foul was for. It kind of seemed like it happened behind the play.
Hard to speculate on that. They don't give us a lot of information.
All the way back to the Azle 46, and nope, May keeps it again. Thought he handed it off to Guthrie, but he kept it, tried to turn upfield, and just got blasted by a gaggle of Grapevine defenders after about a 3-yard gain at the 48-yard line. Led on the play by Maddox Stanley as well as number 31, Cameron McCauley.
Really good fake. I thought that the running back had the ball and was being tackled in the backfield. I didn't know that May still had the ball. A little Evan Baumish.
Yeah, very good zone read fake there by Austin May, but just not much room to run. Ends up only getting 2 yards, actually.
We're just going to say at this point that Evan Baum, he holds the standard for that sort of play. And if you can be anywhere close to him, then you're very Baumish in that way.
I don't know if I'm going to go with you.
You don't like the Baumish?
I don't know about Baumish.
You're against the Baumish.
We'll have to workshop that one. I like Balmy.
I didn't come up with Balmy, so.
Our broadcast producer here, Trey Bell, came up with Balmy on the graphic. I like that one.
All of our graphics made by the great legendary Trey Bell.
It's balmy outside.
And there he is.
And it is.
You know why it's balmy? Because he's got the
Look
fro.
at that hair.
And he's got the come at me, bro face. We're just playing, Evan. You've had a great night tonight.
Great
Happy
night.
to
We're
see
just having
you.
some fun out here.
Happy to see Evan having so much success. As comes into the season in the spring camp as the backup quarterback and is thrust into the starting role and is fully taking advantage of his opportunity.
There was a timeout on the field right there, so after that timeout, we're going to set up here for the punt.
I predict a punt
Azle.
block.
Already had one tonight, has Grapevine. Snap is back. This kick is away. It's a line drive, and it's going to go over the head of Parker Polk and roll inside the 10, down to about the 6-7 yard line where it will be downed. Ends up being a really solid punt for Adon Sandoval. So you're going to mark this 46 yards on the punt, down at the 6. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 18 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today and apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts today at livingforzachary.org. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. At the 6, Harrison Hackbarth in at quarterback. Handoff up the middle to DeMontrez Dunn, out past the 10, past the 15, and just pushing the pile forward all the way out to the 19-yard line, 13 yards as DeMontrez Dunn comes in and shows some power out there, getting his second carry of the night. Also checking in for Grapevine, number 16, Ridge Benker on offense. Mason Tatum also checking in, both out at the wide receiver spot.
Well, we talked about this coming into the second half that we would expect to see, if that third quarter stayed good, right, for Grapevine, that we would expect to see some of the reserves, and that's what Coach Alexander is getting, is letting these other kids get some experience.
1st and 10 now at the Grapevine 19. Snap back to Hackbarth. Again, a handoff to Dunn, picking his way up the middle to the 30. He's got room to the 40, to midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and he is in the just short of the goal line. They didn't give it to him, but DeMontrez Dunn finds a hole, turns on the speed, and finally gets knocked out of bounds, got angled off, looked like they're going to mark him out at the 3-yard line.
And now he's patting his helmet saying, please, somebody come get me.
Well,
here comes 34. We love 34.
Reed Watkins. Yep.
He had some big moments in the playoffs last year. Came up late in the season. Wow, what a run!
78 yards. 78 yards for DeMontrez Dunn. That was after the play before the 13-yard run on first down. 91 yards on 2 carries for Dunn.
Great job, O-line. Great job.
First and goal for the Mustangs at the Azle 3. Hackbarth in the shotgun. Snap is back. Handoff to Watkins going around the right side, and he is in for the touchdown. The ball came out, but after he crossed the goal line and hit the turf, so it is a score. I'll tell you what, give Reed Watkins a lot of credit. He got met right in front of the goal line by an Azle defender, and he just bulled his way in, walking that ball into the corral for the score.
I mean, you're right. That was good on good right there. Reed Watkins delivering the blow, taking the blow, and getting into the end zone. We love it. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Watkins with his second touchdown of the season, had one last week as well. Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. 2:20 to go here in the ball game. Snap is back. The kick is up. And the kick is good. It is now 58-14 Grapevine. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com.